Boom. Good morning. How is everybody today? I realize my looks crooked. I realize sitting here looking at this that it looks like the camera is crooked. So I wonder, like, I wonder. A little better. Kind of looks like right there is where it needs to be. It's the monitor. It's just the way everything is. But yeah. All right. So it's morning. I'm up and I haven't told anybody I'm streaming yet. It's only 8:41 a.m. So we're going to stream for as long as I can handle today. And hopefully along the way, people will click the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo links down below and consider helping me get to MRRF this weekend. Um, yeah. And while we're at it, I'm going to probably break my back because I'm going to probably try and move the magneto onto the shelf behind me there because that Delta printer is going to be moving. That frame I've got to move, and then we're going to try and squeeze the magnanimous magneto to its magnificent uh, resting place. I tried to think of another M word, and it didn't work. I have bad news to anybody who was watching last night's stream that shows up. I may have already installed the little brackets all the way around that I printed because I got a little antsy. So, yeah. So I did that. Let's go create a post over here. Morning, Vince. How are you, good sir? Bear with me here just a second. I'm just kind of tweeting out icon. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, and post. There we go. Now I got one more thing to do here because, typical streamer life, right? And by streamer, I mean I'm just an idiot with a webcam and a microphone. So, I'm thinking that I need to move this, obviously, get it off the rickety table, and I want to put it kind of back in this corner down here, like right in this area, because I am not lifting it up there. There's no way in hell. So I'll put it here. By the way, since there's a couple of you here, and JPP, you and Melissa are on your way, safe travels. I see you guys Sunday. Game it up. All right, Captain Kern, brother, have fun, enjoy, do your thing. If anybody would rather watch, Captain Kern than me, I understand completely. So go over there. If you want to dual stream, Captain's going to be up probably Twitch and YouTube doing some streaming, game streaming, and I'm going to be over here pretty much just hanging out in the office, answering questions, moving printers, making people laugh at me, and being an idiot all around. So thank you, brother. Thank you. Love you, man. Um, so anyway, as typical jackass with a webcam microphone and that, I decided that since I know my financial situation is like real, like razor thin, like getting to and from MRRF will be about all I can scrape together. I figured if I can potentially get a little bit of financial relief so I'm not stressing the entire time I'm on my way out and back, would be greatly appreciated if anybody could help. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo links are in the description below. Everybody gets mad when they got to click on the Linktree, so I just put them directly in the description down below. If you can help, greatly appreciate it. I'll give you a shout out during the stream. And I don't know. I think we'll figure some stuff out. But did you guys see that they're already set up and inviting people to come hang out tonight or today, like at MRRF? Like they said that they posted on the Facebook. They've got all the tables set out. They're just camping out. They said if you're in the area, stop by and hang out. I wish I wouldn't have made plans for tomorrow, because I would try to raise some money today and be on the road today. I would be there in 3.5 hours, hanging out, waiting, just having a good old time a day early, because I could be there. But they're already set up and ready to go. So if you're going that way, have fun. Set up tomorrow morning. Vince, my guess is going to be probably, since they're set up today, you could probably get in and set up today. So if you're bringing your stuff and you're heading out today, I'm pretty sure if you ask them, hey, can I go grab a table? I don't think they'll say no, but if they do, just ask them when you get there. Well, Vince, when you get there, just if nothing else, hit them up on Facebook. Message them. They posted it on the Facebook saying that, well, here, give me a moment. First things first. Okay, check that. Check all that. Okay, we're good. Let's go to Midwest Rep Rap Fest. 5,000 followers is all they have. Come on, let's get them more followers. Greetings, Tripod. Good to see you. Sam, I assume, is probably nearby. So, Sam, good to see you as well. Sly Dog Steven, how you doing, good sir? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so here is, let me get the post up, and then let me flip screens here real quick. Bam, there you go. Right there. Here we go. MRRF 2025 weekend is almost here. We'll be set up and hanging out. So if you're camping or in town, feel free to stop by the building. Also, we know it's going to be another hot weekend. Last year we had 1 chiller to keep it cool. We have 3 this year. So they're going to have 3 chillers, which means 3 of the doorways are going to have chillers in them, blasting away. So that's awesome. And it says, see everyone soon. And then, of course, Sam says, let's go. Shane says, back crack waterfalls will be a-flowing. Jim says, awesome, can't wait to see you. Chris Travis says, I'm taking off tomorrow. And then a few other people. But yeah, so those are some friends of mine from the community. I got to go give this a love. Bam. There we go. So there we go. You just saw the update. Oh, no, it's Mike. Oh, no, it's Mike. Everybody, oh no, it's Mike. Hey, Mike. But yeah, so they're pretty much ready at the event. So yeah, if you're heading that way or going to be there, you can stop by tonight. Oh no, it's me. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out today. At some point, I'm probably going to throw my back out because I'm going to try and move this. I'm going to try and move this magneto. This tiny little 31-inch tall by 20-some inch wide by 22-inch deep monstrosity down where that blue frame is right there. I got to take that blue frame out and then pull that delta out. And then we're going to try and cram that thing in there. No power at work. Had to take work home. Tomorrow off to head to MRRF. Well, Mike, I hope I see you there. I'll be there Sunday. I have tomorrow I'm taking my 16-year-old daughter to the DMV so she can get her license. Saturday, we have a gender reveal / baby shower for my first grandbaby. And then Sunday, either Saturday night or Sunday, I will be Goshen bound. It's a 3.5-hour drive. So either Saturday sometime or Sunday early morning, I will be off and running. You should be there all 3 days, and congrats. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, Sunday when I head out, either Saturday night or Sunday when I head out, I am bringing that Prusa with me. I'm bringing the FL Sun Super Racer, which you can kind of see right there. Those are going to someone. This one is going to someone, this Delta. The Ender 3, and then behind the Magneto, you cannot see it, but there is a Mercury 1 back there that is also going. And like Clayton says, smash the like button. Clayton, good to see you. Hope you're doing well in Hawaii. Beautiful, beautiful Hawaii. I hope you're having just a terrible, terrible sunny day with beautiful ocean around you. I hope it's just your like the most miserable thing ever for you to be tortured with such gorgeous weather. I mean, today I can't complain so far. The sun is out and it's in the 70s, so it's not ridiculously hot in the garage here. You're leaving around noon. It's 3:51 a.m. Oh, that's right. Hawaii is 5 hours. Damn, brother. The fact that you are up this early to stare at my face, thank you. Thank you. You are donating everything to me so that I can get to Murph. Zolan, brother, if I could, I would right now. If we make enough money, I'll send you some PayPal funds or some Cash App or Venmo funds to assist in your travels to get there. But right now, I just, if I can get, like $200 in the account, that'll put my mind at ease. I'll have gas money and some money for food. So if anybody wants to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo down below, I don't have a set number. Whatever gets in there, gets in there. If we get like say $600 or $800, I'll send a large chunk of that to Zolan so that he can eat his words, pack his shit, and hit the road. You got 8 3-week-old puppies right now. Oh man, that's fun and exciting, though, brother. I get it. I couldn't make it to Rocky Mountain. Things just fell apart and I couldn't get there. This one's close enough that even if, I got to go stand behind Walmart, I could probably raise enough money to, get there, because $20 is $20. Had to skip. Oh, that's right, Zolan. I forgot, brother. I'm sorry, man. Well, I'm hoping that next year things will be a little bit better and I will be in a little bit better place so that Rocky Mountain can definitely be a thing. So, what are you doing behind Walmart? Well, tripod, $20 is $20. I mean, $20 is $20. I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. This hobby ain't cheap, man. This hobby ain't cheap. Good morning, Sam. Good to see you, sir. How are you? Hope that Tripod and Mrs. Tripod have been treating you well, taking care of you, showing you that good Illinois hospitality. I see you guys went to an escape room and you won, so that's cool. Is there a difference between like and love? I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, he's been letting you rub his stump. All right, Z, get back to work, man. Have fun, enjoy. Hopefully the puppies don't keep you too preoccupied. You got the Filament yesterday and got the Panchroma Rainbow Satin. Sweet. That's awesome, man. Just sent you last spare change on Cash App. Well, Mike, thank you. Let me go take a look. Let's give you a shout out. I don't necessarily, want to out you, but let's give you the shout out, man. 25. Thank you very much, good sir. Greatly appreciated. That'll definitely help. Not going to complain one bit. Thank you very much. I do have one thing I have to say is like, again, because it's sitting right here, the Central 3D, we got this ABS Plus. I want to check it out, try it out, and see how it does. Because they reached out and asked me if I wanted to check out their ABS Plus, and I said, sure. And I said, I like green, so they sent me green ABS Plus. I do have some parts that I can print. I have a friend who's got a 1989, I believe it is, Dodge Dakota. And this would be the two-door four-door or four-wheel drive variant that they did the convertible with. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but it's got a ragtop pickup truck. And one of the center caps was missing on the truck when he bought it. And so I printed him one in PETG carbon fiber, which should be sufficient, but I figured just to be safe, he does want to put some American racing rims on it. So he's going to kind of OG it out with some old school American racing rims. But I figured just to be safe, and it, I need a test print anyway. So let's print a set of 4 in green, and then he can always rattle can them whatever color he wants them to be. You know what I'm saying? I made a convincing argument. You saw them want to check out their filament? Yeah, I have a buddy of mine that's been using their the ABS Plus for a lot of his Voron builds and Voron parts he's been printing, and the quality looked good. And I figured I haven't printed ABS on the magneto yet since we put the enclosure on it yesterday, which was a fun little adventure for those who came and hung out for the 3.5 hours and the insane amount of views that we got last night. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't know where my channel popped up, but I'm assuming it was probably somewhere in Argentina because there was apparently a lot of Argentinian influx yesterday. Just across the lake, a state from me. And the state from me. Me here in Illinois. Yeah, I'm in Illinois. So no hiding the fact that I'm in Illinois. But when I say I'm in Illinois, unlike Tripod, who when you say, are you in Illinois? And he says yes, and they say, oh, so it's like Chicago? He's northern Illinois up in that general vicinity, whereas I am in what they call central Illinois, but it's more like north central Illinois. Like I am where two of the major interstates in Illinois intersect. I am near that. I am south of Interstate 80 and west of Interstate 39. That's about as far out there as I ever go when I talk to people. So, yeah, I am surrounded by cornfields, bean fields, hay, all kinds of fun stuff. You're somewhere in mid-Michigan area. Yeah. Well, I've been as far as Wisconsin. I've never made it up to Michigan. Maybe one day, especially since you go to Goshen. It doesn't take much when you're in Goshen to just take a freaking left and head north up into Michigan. I mean, you can just right up and you're a couple hour drive and you're in Michigan. So maybe I should add Michigan to the states that I visited, and on my way home, I should turn north or stay north for a little longer, go up into Michigan, and then just kind of come back down and around, huh? Just avoid scary Indiana. We drove through Gary one time. Not a thing I want to do anymore, 2.5 hours away from you. Nice. So Goshen's like a 2.5 hour drive. So Mike, you'll be there. I know Tripod and Sam are going to be there. Vince will be there. Who else is was in chat? I know that JPP is on his way. They're driving now. They had 10 more hours of driving, so they should be hopefully up there tonight if they're driving straight through, and if not, then they'll be up there tomorrow, which is cool. Check out the castle-shaped McDonald's. Yeah, there is a castle-shaped McDonald's that way. That is correct. I know that was like a big thing one year. Everybody went to the Royal McDonald's. But No, I personally am just looking forward to, of all the Rep Rap Fest, it's nothing against like 3D Printopia. I've never been to. It's a very formal event compared to the other two. And then you have Midwest, which is more of the just backwoods, everybody like, you know, like tailgater, like family cookout style, just everybody's there hanging out. And then you've got Rocky Mountain, which is a blend of both. So they took the good things from both and turned it into an event, which is awesome. But Rocky Mountain and 3D Printopia are, do I have a Facebook group? I don't. I should probably create a Maker My Nexus Facebook group. I did have one for a little bit, and then I tried to declutter my life a little bit, but I realized maybe I should put one back. So maybe I'll set one up and we'll have the Maker My Nexus like Facebook group that everybody can kind of go, and if you want to talk about stuff, post stuff, whatever, have a little group for everybody to kind of do. And because I am hoping, I guess things I haven't, you know, some people may not have heard me talk about in the past. I guess, like I said, today is just kind of hanging out, kind of talking to everybody, prepping for, you know, Midwest, and gonna move a magneto at some point when I feel like blowing my back out. It's your first time, and got your doctor to give you the thumbs up to go, so you're stoked. Awesome. Well, Mike, make sure you bring plenty of water, my man. It is going to be toasty. It does get hot there. They are going to have the swamp coolers, so there's that, which will be nice. You can always roll in front of the, or get to the front of the swamp coolers. I say roll, but you can get yourself to the front of the swamp cooler and sit there for a little bit, kind of let that cold, misty air just hit you, cool you off, you know. Yeah, Clayton, I'll have to I'll look into that. Maybe later today I'll get a page up, and then I can start posting it everywhere for everybody if they want to go there and like show off stuff you're working on, or if for some reason you feel that taking a picture of me when you see me somewhere and you want to post like pictures of us together, that's fine. I'm not really that great. I'm just, like I said, I'm just an idiot with a webcam and a microphone who streams on YouTube, and 3D printing is kind of the thing I enjoy. And I'm wearing my MRRF shirt from yesterday. Yes, I know, but for those of you who remember, I changed my shirt last night, so got hot. My wife is yelling at me I should change out the air conditioner in here so that I can actually have cold air in here, since that AC unit took a shit. So maybe we'll do that too. Maybe I've got another like window shaker floating around out in the garage there somewhere. I can always, you know, take that one out and toss it and put the other window shaker in its place. Or I do have I'll probably do that. I'll probably put the window shaker in there. Unless somebody wants to Amazon me a window shaker or an air conditioner, feel free. But I don't even know where the hell I was going. Oh, but at the event, make sure you have plenty of water. For those going to the event, I will tell you, if you're looking at this picture on the Facebook group, let me show you something. Hold on. Let me go back here. Go back. Okay. Right here on this Facebook photo. This is taken from the main door looking down into the venue. So if you've never been there before, there's a big garage door that they're standing in front of right here. This is kind of like the main area that looks down into the entire event. Around the outside edge, all the way, you're going to have sponsors. And in this back left corner over here, this back door, I see my mouse wiggling right there. Usually this table is set up where Dan Adams is his name. He is usually set up right here by this door. He makes jambalaya the entire weekend. He does Zatarans, jambalaya, and he's usually set up back here by this door. So when you come into the event, you'll come in down these tables right here. And as you go down, and then right next to him, are you on the other side of the door tripod, right? You're going to be on the, you'll be on the left side of the door when you're facing, and then Dan Adams will be on the right, if I remember correctly, unless you move this year. But I think you're usually just over here to the left, and then Dan Adams is on the right. So when you go to the event, that'll be what you guys will be looking for. Tripod will let us know in chat if I'm wrong or if he has moved. But I do believe he's usually right here to the left of this door. Dan Adams is on the right. And you can get some jambalaya and go talk to Tripod. And Sam's usually very near Tripod or with Tripod. So if you want to see Mr. Sam Prentice, he's usually in that same general vicinity. I know in years past, Chris Riley has been pretty much set up right about here. And he's usually got his camera set up recording the event as people go around. So he gets his time lapses of the day. So Chris Riley may be right in this general vicinity here. So I do know that this year they did bring the tables all the way out again, because my understanding is you'll go through this door back here, and the building right behind it is, if my understanding is correct, the building right behind this will be where the Death Racers and the Dragsters and stuff will be back out there in that building. So if understanding is correct, you'll go through either this big door here or these two little doors, this one here or this one here, or you can go out these side doors and around. But the building behind the event, my understanding is that's where they're going to have it so that you're out of direct sun. So there will be that. And if not, then there's a giant parking lot right on the other side of this big door here. There's a big parking lot that goes out this way. And then in that parking lot is where that'll be. And you'll be outside in the sun just baking. So, but yeah, so usually when you come in, go see Dan Adams back over here in this back left corner. Get you some jambalaya while you're there because it's amazing and he makes a ton of it. As a matter of fact, I believe Zatarans this year is sponsoring him being there and has sent some stuff. So if you're lucky enough to get there and get some, cool. But go see Mr. Adams, get yourself some Zatarans, get yourself some jambalaya. Say hi to Tripod back over in this area as well. I will only be there on Sunday, so I'm not getting a table. I'm just going to come in and kind of walk the event, hang out with everybody. And so I'll just be wandering around. So if you see this face right here, if you see this, you have two options. You either say hi or you run. I do like hugs, so feel free to come in for a hug. If you're not feeling the hug because of the heat, that's fine. We can do fist bumps, elbows, high fives, handshakes, whatever. We do fuck yous, walk by and be like, whatever. Just let me know. But I'm super excited for this. This is like the event every year that's close to home that I don't stress very much about getting to or getting home from. And I more so enjoy the event. As you see me is probably how I'll be at the event. So it'll be shorts and a t-shirt, cause ain't no way I'm getting dressed up in jeans and a button up for this event. It's too hot to be formal. So, but Martine, what's going on, Shrimp Daddy? I do apologize if I didn't say hi earlier. I saw you. I meant to say hi. I think I forgot because I was busy talking about the event. So, my bad, brother. My bad. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, oh, here comes my wifey. Okay, I got to go move a vehicle real quick, guys. I'll be right back. The wifey, the daughter's friend parked her vehicle behind the truck, and my wife has to try and Tetris it out. So I got to go move a vehicle. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I didn't actually have to move the truck. I just had to shuffle some cars around. So my daughter's friend, our extended daughter is here, and when she parked blocking my wife in. So I had to just shuffle some cars around so she could get out. How's the shrimp daddy today? You guys want to watch me struggle trying to move this freaking behemoth of a printer? Let me go back here and unlock this. That way it'll follow me around. See? It gets confused though. Okay. A box of motors. We got to move a box of motors around. I'm going to put these on top of Luke's printer. Don't tell Luke I did that. And then let's move the LDO frame. The sweet blue LDO frame. Got to move this out of the way so we have room. Hey, it fits perfectly in my chair. Look at that. Looks great with the enclosure on it. Thank you. Yes, it does. I enjoy it. Not bad. Just starting a print, about to make some coffee. Oh, Martin, you did it backwards, brother. You get the coffee, then you start the print. You don't start the print and then get the coffee. Okay. Let's see how well this will work out for me. Oh, the baby belt. I forgot this thing's back here. Oh my goodness. We got a baby belt hiding back here, gang. This is one of the units from Mr. Rob Mink from Printceps. This is actually one of his kind of like demo hybrid units. He was trying to do a Core XY or Core XZ, I guess you would say. And it's supposed to just go back and forth one way, but then it's supposed to pull the other way, and it just, stuff is not working exactly as it should. So what I kind of need to do is I need to put some bearings in here and run it up and make it a full, like, Core XZ. So I have to kind of, because you can see the print head moves up and down as you go across. So yeah, but it does look great with the enclosure. You are correct. I do. This is probably one of my favorite machines for overall appearance. Functionality is not terrible. Like I said, I did have some issues on the startup, but it is working. Oh. Let's not drop stuff. Let's not drop stuff. This printer's got to go with me to MRRF so that it can get to JPP so he can finish building it on his streams and then give it to its new owner, which is a friend of his. Let's move some stuff out of the way here. This printer is going to go with me, and I believe Havoc said he wanted it. Right, Havoc? So we'll set that there. The fun is going to be lifting this. I may disconnect the PTFE tube, take the filament out, and then take the top off. But I don't know that I can get the top on because I only have 1 inch of clearance. So I may not be able to get the top on. I may have to move this as you see it. So this will be... it's going to be fun. This thing's heavy. It's like 70 pounds with the top on it, 75 pounds with the top on it. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not like Mr. Fitness. Like, I don't have like big guns. But we going to make something happen today. We are going to make something happen today. Let's get this cord out of the way. I do have an Ethernet back here, which is nice because that means I can actually plug in to my network. So I can actually have Ethernet here instead of running off of the Wi-Fi's. Not that Wi-Fi is a bad thing. It does work. I just personally like wired connections when I can. Oops. I knocked a screwdriver down. Did you guys hear that? If I kill myself today, just know that it was all somebody else's fault. I had nothing to do with it. Just move everything out of the way for the moment, cable-wise, because I'm going to need as clear an area as I can get. I can rearrange things after the fact. Okay. We got to move many things. My dog was barking. I was just trying to see what he was barking at. Here's the ender that's going to JPP. It's his ender anyway. Let's move it this way. Is everybody ready? Everybody ready to watch me hurt myself? Hold on, let me see what the hell he's barking at. What are you barking at, bud? Huh? What are you barking at? Shut up. Daddy's talking to the friends on the internet. Yes, Daddy's talking to his friends on the internet. You want to say hi to the internet? Huh? You speak? 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 You're just jumping up like a weirdo. That's not speaking, weirdo. All right. Oh. All right, YouTubes. Let's power this thing down. Okay, it's powered off. Power cord's unplugged. Before I actually try to move it, let's just see here real quick. Okay, we can move it. Oh my God. The camera is not focused on us, though. Let's get the camera back. You guys are stuck staring at the TV. If you're off yourself, you'll need a refund. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Let's hit reset. Bring it back. Hi, camera. Hi. Oh, it stopped following me again. There we go. All right. So you guys missed that. I did just lift the whole printer. I will show you again here. We can't. We got to leave that on there. That's right. I don't know how I'm going to maneuver this in such a way that it won't be in the way. I may have to try and slide the table first. But just to show you guys, there we go. I lifted it again. And this time I trapped my shorts under the leg. And I pushed it on the panel a little bit, but it didn't break. So that's good. Why do I do these things to myself? I should have just put this damn thing there to begin with, you know? Saw him do it one-handed. Yeah, don't I wish? Let's see. Can we get it this way? Oops. Kind of took the top off of it. My bad. There we go. All right. Okay. It's on the shelf. It hold this. It'll hold me. Huh. It's on the shelf. I'll spin it in a minute. I need. Holy. That thing ain't light, man. Whew. And now the table breaks. Yeah. Yeah, Vince, that would be a bit hilarious. All right. We got that big behemoth onto the shelf. Now I just have to spin it into place, plug in the power, and then kind of shimmy up and get the Ethernet plugged in. Right now it's on Wi-Fi. It'll work that way. But I just want a more consistent connection. Let's move this now. Let's just turn this way for a moment. So much room for activities. Look at this. Whew. Hey, if that was Worth $5 or $10. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo down below. Okay. Now I got to shimmy this big boy a little bit more. God damn gummit. Oh, that lid. It's not tightened down or screwed down. So every time I just shimmy on it a little bit, it definitely argues with me. There we go. Oh, damn it. Oh, holy hell. And I can get the spools on and off. Yeah. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Holy shit. Bet I can even open the side door now. A little bit anyway. There we go. All right. Let's get some power back to this, at least for now. Figure out something for power. Oh, shit. I just knocking stuff on my back, guys. Don't mind me. There we go. Ah! Almost put a table up my ass. You see that? See that? All right. Let's get power plugged back in and make sure that it still wants to work. Power in, power on. There we go. The magnificent magneto. The magnificently marvelous magneto. Too bad the company's name didn't start with an M, huh? So instead of like Peopoly, it was Meopoly. Holy bejesus. Holy bejesus, right? I just picked this thing up thinking it was gonna be like super heavy after what I've just done, and like put the baby belt in the backpack. That'd be kind of cool. Make a backpack printer, like a baby belt backpack printer instead. So just like cut this frame down, make it like this. Cut this frame down to like right here. Put a door on it, and then just have like a slide up door that slides up, and then I'd only have to make the actual frame like this big, you know, which would be almost perfect for that. Woo. Okay, it's up. Let's go to homing, home all. It's moving, it's homing. There we go. This is going to be way more solid than the table was. So I should have less issues with creaking and cracking and everything else. Everything homed. So there we go. It did home. That's awesome. Let's go to the web interface and check the camera. Over here, over here, over here, over here. I like messing with this part and messing with you guys' heads. Hopefully you're not getting too dizzy. All right, let's get back into Orca here. Try again, reconnecting. There we go. All right, back to the right screen so you guys can see. And let's go to webcam. There it is. Look at that. The camera definitely does not like low light, so we'll probably want to look at that green light that's underneath there. It's just not enough, and it's outside of the enclosure. We'll probably have to look at doing some kind of like a lighting inside the enclosure for that. With all the available USB ports that thing has, I could do some strip lighting around the outside of the frame, and then plug it in, use USB just to plug it in for power and just have white light in there. Or go crazy and add it in as an option. I think they actually have some kind of like a light option for the magneto. But there we go. The magneto is moved. The magnificent magneto is no longer a menace. Reverend, what is going on? How are you, Filament faithful today? How are the Filament faithful today? Sorry, misread. Well, I have, you just missed it, Reverend. We just took that off of this little rickety table, and I moved it to over there. All like big guns here. Did it all by my lonesome. Yes, with no help from the peanut gallery. Vince made fun of me. Vince said that, the table would break now that I sat on it. See, mean evil Vince. I gotta, oh, there we go. Let's tuck that hair up under the hat so that my forehead is not a swampy mess. But yeah, so we're just hanging out today, Reverend. Just having a hangout stream. It's Thursday. It's Juneteenth. I am off work today. So since I am off work today, I believe it's also my sister's birthday, now that I think about it. June 19th. I believe that's my sister's birthday. I probably should tell her happy birthday today. But yeah, so I'm off work today. It's Juneteenth. I'm off work. So we're just having a hangout stream and a potential raise a little bit more money to get me to Midwest Rep Rap Fest so that I can actually go not on a shoestring budget and not have to stress about money a little bit. Like I said, if I wind up with $200 in the account, that'll be enough to cover gas and some food to get me out there and get me back. So right now, as it stands, there's a $25 donation that's been made. Again, thank you very much for that. Going back here, let's take a look. Yeah. But yeah, no, so it was Mike. He hooked me up. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm drawing a stupid today, as evidenced by me interacting with YouTube. I am actually enjoying some much needed time off today. Apologies, Mike. I will be your background noise and your entertainment while you work at work. While you work. So I will do that today. For how long? Like I said, I don't exactly know. It's already getting quite toasty out here, but we are going to stream for as long as I possibly can. Sweltering if I need to. You dropped 20 on PayPal, Wayne. Wayne, brother, thank you very much. I just heard the do. So let me look here. I always love to do my verifications, so I make sure I give you the shout outs. Yes, you did, good sir. So Wayne, thank you very much for the 20 on the PayPals. Greatly appreciated, my man. I'm gonna the MRRF fund. Yes. Yes, I am looking forward to seeing everybody there. Like I said, I will be there Sunday only. Again, apologies, but again, tomorrow I have to take my daughter to go get her driver's license. And then my 16-year-old daughter is getting her driver's license, the one that you guys always love when she comes out here and interrupts. She's 16 now and is going to get her license Friday, tomorrow. Saturday is again the baby shower / gender reveal for my first grandbaby. And then Sunday, either Saturday night or Sunday, is head to Goshen, Indiana and spend time with all you lovely folks. If I do decide to road trip out Saturday, I will let you guys know I'm coming, because if anybody has a couch or space in a tent or a couch in an RV or even just a hammock like off the side of your RV that you're willing to let me like crash in for the night, greatly appreciated. as soothing noises. You need bangs with a hammer. How about a giant Allen wrench? I don't have a hammer nearby, but I have a giant Allen wrench here, like a big guy. Would that be fine if I, like, let me see here. Let's find something that I'm not afraid to hit with a hammer so much. What do I have here? Ooh, a motor. Let's use a motor. I have boxes. I have a box of motors, remember? Let's see. Is this a soothing sound? Let's see. Let me see. I'll just hit it a bunch of times. It's a motor. It can handle it. How's that? Is that good? Is this relaxing? Is this soothing to everyone? Did that work? Was that good enough? How about a plate? Aluminum plate? That's pretty loud in my ear, so I hope that rang through for you, Mike. I hope it did. I hope that worked. Sounds like my wife is back. I hear a truck. Want to do it on some wood? Did that work? Was that good too? You got some metal, some aluminum, and some MDF. So, just like in the mines. Oh, here's one. How about the dead computer for my Saab? Ooh, that's a nice loud one. Listen to that. That's nice and loud. Ooh, there we go. Probably need to hear somebody yell, "Hey, you son of a bitch, get off of that. That ain't OSHA certified. What are you doing?" Hopefully all those noises are good noises and have helped relax your mind, put your brain at ease. Zachary Carnes commented on my photo. Yes, last night, like I said, last night was a freak incident. I don't know what the hell happened last night, but for some reason, the channel popped up somewhere. I'm assuming, like I said, probably Argentina, and I ended up with a huge influx of people that were here last night watching me put the lid on that thing, and it was insane. So thank you to wherever that popped up at last night. There was like 900 likes on the stream. That's like my most likes on a stream. So cannot complain one bit for that. That was pretty awesome, but I know it was just a fluke thing that would just happen. It's not going to be a everyday occurrence, and that's fine. I'm just here soldering cables. Oh, well then, if you want, I can just, ow, son of a bitch, that soldering iron's hot. Is that better? Is that soothing enough? Oh, but yeah, it was an awesome time last night, and I do thank everybody who came and hung out. I have this like cheap little like wrench holder that came with something, printer, cheap set of tools I had or something, and then the Pio Poly wrenches with their nice little coloring seem to fit in there pretty good. So, hey, Near, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great afternoon, right? Afternoon. So I hope you're having a great afternoon. Thanks for coming back and hanging out again. And we will figure something out for you since you were the winner last night, and you know. No, you're holding it wrong. It smells like chicken. Yeah, I always love that stupid stock photo of the woman soldering and she's holding it by the iron part. I love that stupid stock photo. It just makes my day. Near, you missed it. You missed everybody watching me blow out my back. We got it moved over to its little resting place there. I may have to slide it down some because I am realizing that there's enough room over on the side there to get to the spool, so it should be okay. However, I should try running input shaping on it, huh? Now that we moved it to a more stable place. Let's see, is input shaper in there? Linear motors enable, disable, load filament, magneto OS version, mesh load, PID the bed, PID the extruder. I probably should PID tune this thing. I have not done that yet. So I've been running it without doing PID tunes. Don't tell anybody. At least I don't think I did. I don't remember now. It's been a week of having it, and I don't remember if I PID tuned it or not. You have that picture framed and matted hanging over your work table in the shop. Yeah, it's that one stock photo is just enough to make anyone who's ever seen or like touched a soldering iron, it hammers home the stupidity of people who just don't understand. Resize file, da 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 da. Let's go down. Let's go to PID tune. We'll do a PID tune on the old hot end here while we're sitting here. We'll let it PID tune out. Why not? Little something to help have a good time. Oh, Reverend, well, thank you. Wish you could go. Brother, I wish you could be there too, but I promise you I will enjoy some jambalaya, and if you would like, I'll even make sure to live stream while I'm eating it so you can enjoy it with me in spirits. Because you're the Reverend, get it? In spirits, because you're the Reverend. See? Oh, Reverend, brother, thank you very, very much, man. Greatly appreciate that. Awesome. The Reverend coming in. Usually, I guess I should. I don't necessarily want. I usually say how much the person gave and who. I should say that if for some reason you don't want me to say the amount, or you don't want me to say who you are because you want to remain anonymous, I can. You just when you send it, put a little note that just says don't say anything, or amount's fine, say anonymous, or don't, whatever, just whatever. But Reverend, I do appreciate that. Hold on, wait, what here? They put Polymaker code into their form along with the product code for some CF right under the 35. They had a region option for others, so you selected that and put in your details. Oh, sweet. Awesome. So hopefully that works. And hopefully you get it. That way you can check it out, because their carbon fiber nylon stuff is pretty sweet. Like I said, I've used the Polymaker stuff for quite some time. It just worked out that Central had reached out and said, hey, you want to check out our ABS Plus? And I was like, of course I do, because I want to check out everybody's filament. So Central 3D sent me that, and I'm gonna print some parts and stuff with it at some point here. Right now, like I said, it's kind of just a hang out, talk to you guys, blow my back out, moving that big monstrosity. Right now it's doing a PID tune on the hot end. Then we'll PID that massive bed. For those who don't know about anything about the magneto, it has a 400Y, 400X, 300Y, 300Z, or Z for my Canadian fella. Is there any good jambalaya outside of NOLA? No. But the Zatarans is the best we can do, and we will take it. So Dan Adams is always coming in clutch with the jambalaya. He started it a few years back. He brings a big turkey fryer and just makes up big pots of it every day of the event. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he just makes big pots of jambalaya. Keeps everybody with a little something in their belly. And he does it out of the kindness of his own heart. So when you go by there, make sure you thank him and his wife for doing that. Like I said, Dan Adams, out of everybody in the 3D printing community, and there's a lot of you guys, Dan Adams and his wife do that because they want to, because they love us and they love this community. So show them love, show them some respect and some support. Go say hi, give them a hug. On Friday and Saturday, if you get to see them and I'm not there, go tell them that I love them, I miss them, and Sunday I will be there for my hug, because Dan Adams is getting a fucking hug. By the way, you guys know I use dirty words from time to time, and I'm using dirty words. So, but he is getting a hug. He is an amazing person, amazing human being, and I can't say enough good about Mr. Dan Adams. I love that man. He's just a great person all around. And but again, not to dog on anybody else in the community. Lots of great people. Just the fact that he does that because he wants to, and he wants to make sure everybody's got a little something in their belly, keep them going at zero charge. That's very nice of him. I know that in past times Ben Heck was there and he would bring his Blackstone with, and he would make breakfast, so that was pretty good too. Dirty words are the only fitting ones sometimes. You are correct, Near. You are correct. I like to call them sentence enhancers. I haven't said this in a while, but I prefer to call them sentence enhancers, because if it's like, you know, hey, I'm hungry. Okay. Now if you say, I'm fucking hungry, get what I'm saying? Like, it enhances the sentence. It lets people know that you are more than just hungry. It enhances. So if you choose to call them sentence enhancers, please feel free to do so. I take no credit to being the first person to ever say that dirty words are technically sentence enhancers, but I know that I may have heard that somewhere once. So just know, sentence enhancers. All right, PID tune for the hot end is done. We'll hit save config and let it restart. Oh, wait. Option control conflict with included value. Oh, okay. Well, apparently there's a control conflict with a included value. So apparently in the PID tune, there's something else set in there that maybe it wants to cool down the hot end a little bit more. I don't know. Let's do a PID tune on the bed. Let's do the bed PID tune now. Boom. Bed PID tune. I know the bed PID tune kicked in. I saw the lights flicker. It's going up to 60, so it's going to heat to 60, cool to 55, heat to 60, cool to 55. It's probably going to take like 20 minutes with that enclosure on there. Because I know last night after I printed the pieces that, sadly, I'm sorry guys, I installed them last night because I got impatient and I wanted to protect the panels. So I installed those last night. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I got impatient. You understand. We all have ADHD of some kind. And sometimes you just can't let it go. You have to do it. And short of firing up another stream last night and doing it again, I just did it off stream. So if you're mad at me, sorry, not sorry. But we're going to PID tune the bed now, and then I'll unload the filament, the PETG carbon fiber that's in there that came with it. That's the stuff that they send. And then I'll load the green ABS Plus, which, speaking of, this stuff does not come with a resealable bag, which is good, because in my opinion, it means murder is more fun. Murder. Let me be specific. Of the plastic baggie that holds your filament, not people. That's just wrong. Don't do that. There we go. So it says on here, ABS Plus 175G, and then there's like a random number. On the front, it is a 1.75. It's a 1 kilogram spool. It says print temps between 220 and 260, and then it gives me a batch number of the date that it was run. So, but it's an interesting green. The camera will never do it justice. You guys know that. But it is an interesting color green. Back here, it looks more true to what it is. So, but yeah, so we'll print with some Central 3D Printing Green ABS Plus. Kegel, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Again, the main reason for the stream today is just because I'm off today and I wanted to hang out. The little side quest for the stream was to move the magneto off of the rickety little table, and you guys watched me blow my back out. We did that though. We got it. It's over there now. It's in its final resting place because I ain't moving it again. There is about an inch of clearance above it, and it is right on the edge, so there's enough like room behind it for cables and stuff to pass through the back side of it, so that's good. I did get it plugged in. We did do the hot end tune. That part is done. Now we're doing the bed tune. and get that part done. Because now with it being enclosed, bed tuning is hot end and bed tuning will be different. So we did those, or we're doing those. After that, we'll heat up the hot end, take the PETG carbon fiber out, load this ABS Plus, and then I'm going to load some more of the 1990 Dakota Sports center caps. I'm going to load those and print them in this green ABS Plus, and we'll see how they turn out. I'm going to load one. I'll print one first just to see how it does. Worst case, I'll just run 3 more. And then I will give them to the guy I work with, and he can rattle can them whatever color he wants. Hit him with a little primer, hit him with a little paint, maybe some sandpaper if he wants to. He told me that there's a guy selling 4 of them on eBay for 150 bucks a piece, and he's claiming that it takes 12 hours a piece to print them. I printed one in 2.5 hours. On the magneto, the only thing I'm going to not do is I'm not going to do the internal, I'm not going to put any supports. I'm going to try and print it without supports when I print it with the ABS. We'll see how that turns out. Hopefully it turns out okay. I know that I believe it was Zyber that sent me his profile info for the filament. So we'll see how that does. He prints his on a Voron. I print mine. I'll be printing mine on the magneto. So speed is a thing. Yeah. But Kegel, just so you know, man, no, we're just kind of hanging out doing that. Back to my ADHD brain. We're back. We're just hanging out. We moved the magneto. I'm off today, so figured I'd stream and see if anybody's got a little spare change floating around, wants to help me relax a little bit on my trip to to Midwest Rep Rap Fest here in a couple of days. I'm going out, like I said, either Saturday night or Sunday for sure. So I don't exactly know yet if there's enough financials there to help me offset some costs to stay for a night, then we'll stay for a night. If I can find a place to crash for the evening, that'll make it even easier. But I don't want to plan to find a place to crash for the night if I'm not gonna go. I don't want to have that in someone's head yet. So what'll probably happen is Saturday we'll do everything we need to do, get done with that, and then maybe I will reach out to a few friends in the general area there and say, hey, if I was to come out tonight, would you have a place for me to crash? And if they say yes, then I'll load up the vehicle and hit the road Saturday night. And if not, then I'll just come home Saturday night, load up the vehicle, and go crash out, get up about probably 4 a.m. my time, and hit the road. Because there's the 1 hour time difference. So if I leave at 4 a.m., I'll get there at about 8:30. I should get there probably about 8:30 in the morning, which is, get there and wander in Sunday and just hang out Sunday with everybody, shake some babies, kiss some hands, all that fun stuff. Get me some jambalaya in the afternoon when Mr. Adams gets it going. Hopefully there'll be some delicious crack donuts floating around, the Amish crack donuts. There'll hopefully be some floating around since I won't be there Friday or Saturday to get me some. However, had I known what I know about today, which is I could have been on the road right now heading there and then got there and just hung out with those guys and then had Thursday, Friday, and then head back Friday night or Saturday morning, head back so that I could, hang out with everybody Thursday and Friday. But I'll be there Sunday, so I'll be there to help if anybody needs help tearing down or whatever. I'll help you load up your stuff and get yourselves back on the road. And then I'll be on the road Sunday, haul butt home, unload whatever is coming back with me. I'm bringing printers, like I said, to drop off to people. And then, yeah. I may bring some random things to just give away to people. Like I have a conch hot end here. Maybe I'll throw this I'll take my backpack, throw my laptop and, battery backup and some stuff like that in there. Maybe I'll throw some miscellaneous little items like a conch hot end here. It doesn't have the actual heater and thermistor. It's just the Fadus hot end. Maybe I'll throw this in if I see somebody, I may walk by and be like, "You got a bamboo, right?" And they'll be like, "Yeah." I'll be like, "Here you go." Just give away some random stuff. Maybe I'll be a smartass and I'll make it where, like, if you come up to me and you say the magic word and you're the first person, or like the magic code and you're the first person, I'll let you reach into my sack. Be like, "Hey, if you find me, walk up and say the secret word and I'll let you put your hand in my sack." That sounds bad, doesn't it? It sounds kind of dirty. Oh man, I bet you somebody would love it if I brought this with and I had this in my sack, huh? I bet somebody would really enjoy this. I know it would make somebody else mad because, but you guys know me. I'm weird like that. I like to just give stuff away to people. But at the same time, I do kind of want to use this before I would let it go. I kind of want to use it. So maybe not. Maybe this will stay. Sounds enhanced. My sack is enhanced. I have an enhanced sack, guys. Yes. So anyway, though, what is everybody up to today on this wonderful U.S. holiday known as Juneteenth? What's everybody up to today? Don't ask why I'm boxing that up, okay? Danny B, good morning. How is Danny B? Which is funny because I'm Danny B too, but I'm just Dan. How's Danny B today? Doing well? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Danny B, are you into 3D printing? I don't remember. I think you've been here before. I think. And if not, hi, I'm Dan, the idiot that has a webcam and a microphone and streams on YouTube and talks about 3D printing mostly. On your way to Berlin Chaos Computer Club soon? Nice. Didn't know they had something like that in Berlin, but of course I shouldn't not know that, right? Should just think that computers are everywhere. There would be all kinds of crazy clubs everywhere for everything. Oh. Let me see here. There we go. Again, thank you to Wayne and to Reverend and to Mike. You guys are awesome. Thank you for helping me out with this. Helps kind of relieve a little bit of the stress that comes along with travels. So thank you guys. All right. Is it done yet? Nope. It's still cooling to 55. I told you this part's going to take forever. Freaking bed heating. Ugh. PIDing the bed takes forever. It's still cooling down. It's at 56.1 going down to 55. Which loop is it on? It's kind of hard to tell because it kind of happens in such a weird linear way. So let's see here. There's 1, 2. Oh my God, it's only on the second of 5. Holy hell. Enjoying the mountains of Arizona. You have a Creality K1C and the Anycubic Cobra 2 Max. Nice. Yeah, the Cobra 2 Max was a decent little slinger printer. Can't complain there. And by little I mean you have the Max, so big slinger. Good printer. And then the K1 series, I like the K1. I had 2 of them. The K1C is, my understanding, still better yet, so that's cool. I like the K1s. Kind of miss them. That's actually what this guy is for. K1, K1 Max, K1C. So, but I'm going to try and retrofit it onto a printer that's not a K1. More like a Rook 2020 back there. Currently, it has an LGX light on it, but I want to try this thing out. And since I don't have a K1 at the moment, I had a K1 when we originally talked, and they said they were going to send it to me. And then I fell on hard times, and like everything, I'm always on hard times. So I ended up selling it, and it showed up after it was gone. So it was supposed to be here. It didn't show up, and then it did show up, and it was after the printer was already gone. So I'm going to use some parts from a friend in the community and retrofit it to the top of the Dragon burner that is on my Rook 2020 back there. And then we're going to get that Rook 2020 down and play around with it. Get that installed and test it out. And we'll see how it does on a not Creality printer. Yeah. So Danny, anyway, I've got my Magneto X back there from Pio Poly. So there's the Magneto X. Well, thank you for the sub, man. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. I will do my YouTubery thing, and I will make the comment. There's a lot of gray names in chat, so if anybody wants to help support the channel, please consider gifting some memberships. Gotta do the YouTubery thing, right? Like, don't forget to smash the like button. If you like what you see, give me a sub. And if you really like what you see, consider becoming a member. The hope is here by the end of June, I'll actually do my first members only stream. So hopefully, I've been saying this for like 2 months now that I'll get a member stream out there. So hopefully June is the month. We'll get an actual members only stream out. And the members only streams, I don't really know what to do. So I think the first members only stream is going to be hang out and figure out what the going forward will be for the members only streams. Maybe we'll pick one of my obscure, weird little things and make that we work on it during the members only stream. So it'll be like a once a month project till it's complete. And then we'll figure it out from there. Like maybe we'll play with the baby belt. I know I need to put a control board in it. And I know I have control boards floating around, so maybe we'll stick a control board in there, get some firmware on it, and we'll play with the baby belt here. Get the I know that, like I said, I know Rob had it set up in some weird kind of like hybrid-esque. He was going for a kind of like a Core XZ, but not really. Like the X was still a standard X setup, but the Z was a kind of like it comes around, goes up, over, and down, so that when you actually move it, unless the X motor shifts a little bit with it, the Z will move up and down no matter what. Kind of a pain in the ass, because every time you home, you have to tell it to first home X, then home Z, and if you don't, then Z will ride to the top and then grind because it's too far to the top or too far to the bottom. It will hit and grind as the X moves. So you kind of have to tell X to move with Z. So it'll just be easier, I think, to actually convert it back to a Core XZ style printer and run it that way. So I think that'll be what we do, is replace that belt with a full belt, put some bearings in here, run the belts up, and then trap the belts up here at the top where they need to be trapped. So maybe that'll be what we do as we play around with this, you know, because I do know that that top belt just basically locks in here and gets pinched in here, and then you're done. Come up through and loop it, and then that kind of catches it to move that. There is no additional pulley over the top. So instead of it trapping here, it goes through some pulleys and up. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there is supposed to be a second pulley here. We'll do some snooping. We'll figure something out. But this does have an actual bamboo hot end on it. I could realistically steal the stuff and put the conch on here, and then have a stock bamboo hot end to kind of do stuff with, you know. I think I might just, like I said, I think if you see me if you see me at MRRF and you mention the hot end first, it'll be yours. Once it's gone, kind of a thing. Like I said, I'll probably bring my laptop bag with some random things in it just to help clear out some of the space in here. I know I may bring all kinds of just weird stuff with me, like load up my car and just bring random weird stuff, um, just for the shits and giggles of it. You know what I mean? Why not, right? The build plate is still PID tuning, for crying out loud. This thing is taking for. That's a huge freaking bed in that thing. The magneto. It has a huge bed. For those who haven't heard or haven't seen the magneto, it's 400 by 300. So it's a massive bed. It takes forever to heat and cool. And with it being enclosed now, because we put the enclosure on it yesterday, yeah, it's a lot of printer. So, but Danny B, welcome to the club, man. I hope you don't mind listening to some idiot with a webcam and a microphone, just basically hanging out and chatting, doing random stuff. Basic premise of the channel in the past has been me doing this. Some of the good things that I do is, I guess you call it good. Maybe it's introducing people to a new addiction, kind of like, kind of like their pusher, their dealer, whatever, is, I started what I call the 3D printing rehab project, or the printer rehab project, as it's kind of getting shortened up to. But the printer rehab project is more or less, I've been taking old 3D printers that my friends in the community have that have just been laying around collecting dust. I fix them up on stream, and then we being me, I give them away to people in my community that are hard up on cash, that want to get into 3D printing but can't afford to get into 3D printing. So, I give them a printer. Polymaker sponsors Filament for them. Micro Swiss has been sponsoring hot ends and extruders and stuff if we need it. So they help out. They sponsor those things. They also sponsor giveaways on the streams. Usually once a week, when I stream, I get the allowance of 1 spool of filament a week. So I did that yesterday. Near was the winner. So Near is working on getting his spool of filament from the win last night, since he is not in the US and it's a little tricky, but he's making it work, we think, we hope, fingers crossed. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's where it kind of came from. Was I don't have a lot of money, I can't afford a whole lot, so a lot of what you see in here is, I get it. I kind of cherish it for as long as I can, whether it be beg, borrow, and deal. Going down the line, let me pause the camera so it quits adjusting, and let me manually move it. There we go. You can kind of see my collection. For those who've never really noticed it, this is the switch wire I won 2 years ago now. LDO did on X. They did their Chinese New Year's giveaway. That was the switch wire kit that they gave away. I won it. I was pretty excited. Printed all the parts in. It is all ASA, and it is Polymaker, of course. It's their Galaxy Green, and then their Deep Purple. So I named it the Hulk. This one right here, I bartered with a gentleman on Facebook Marketplace, and he gave me a bunch of random parts he was just giving away for free for the project. And then we talked about this because I remembered seeing this. It is a Pandora's Box, which is basically a V0 mod. Gives you a triple belted Z, extends the frame up. I have panels for this that Happy printed for me, or laser cut for me. I need to reprint the bits to hold the panels on and put the clicky clack door, or the mini fridge door, on. This guy right here was the Facebook group's Ivan. If you see Ivan Glucky, or Glucky Ivan, in any of the Full Sun or FL Sun groups offering up Amazon returns, he is legit. He does work for FL Sun. It is legit. If you see it and you want to get in on the deals, hit him up. Say, hey, what do you got and how much? He'll let you know. This was a poor financial decision. I did buy this and then got screwed right after because I had bills that I had to pay and had already purchased this. So anyway, this was an Amazon return. It did need some parts and they were willing to work with me to get it fixed. So we got it fixed. So that is the T1 Pro. This is again, the Rook 2020 made by Rohan and Canrog. Rohan made the Rook and then Canrog made a 2020 mod for it. So Fabrico actually gave me the frame several years ago now when they first started carrying they were like, hey, we'll get you one of the kits out. So they sent me out the frame. I still purchased the kit, the actual Rook kit. So if you buy a Rook and you buy the frame, you can build this with all those parts. So that's the cool part. And then, of course, the magneto. The magneto came to me because of a friend in the community. I can't promise anybody anything, but the way PO Poly works with these big heavy bastards is it costs too much to ship them. So sometimes if they have one in a location that they can't necessarily get back, you can talk to them some kind of a deal or some way. There's no lie. This one came to me for the low price of go pick it up. You guys remember that from a few weeks back when I drove down 3.5 hours to go pick this thing up and then 3.5 hours back. I got to catch the tail end of Gold Rush Rally, which was pretty sweet. For those who know what Gold Rush Rally is, I got to see a bunch of very expensive cars going north while I was going south. This little Delta printer here, it was given to me many years ago now. Mini Bob back there is a Lulzbot Mini that was given to me. There's the Mercury 1, which is an Ender 5 mod that was lent to me by JPP. There's the Prusa that I purchased from the school that I work at because it's an older Mark III that needed some love. So brought it home, got it working, and it is now going to Digital Dragon along with the FL Sun Super Racer, which is right there behind the Baby Belt. And the Baby Belt, Rob Mink, Princeps, he gave that to me at Rocky Mountain Rep Fest last year. Not this year, last year. He gave this to me, brought it home with me, and it's sadly just been sitting. I kind of harvested some parts off of it, but we're going to probably make this a mission for, like I said, we'll probably make this a mission for the members only streams. Is let's see if we can resurrect this little thing and bring it back to life. Have you looked into the E3NG? You're building one because you love the idea of upcycling older Ender 3s that you have laying around? Yeah. Mike, I have not actually. I've looked into it. I haven't actually done anything with it. No lies. I probably would. But right now, it's not like a top priority thing. But I would definitely consider it. If one of the printers I bring home from Midwest Rep Fest happens to be an Ender 3, maybe we'll reach out to Fabrico and see if they want to sponsor a E3 NG build, and then maybe we'll do an E3 NG build where I'll build it here on stream, and if they're willing to help me get it to a winner, maybe we can do a giveaway on the stream where I build it, get it up and running, print with it, test with it, and then if they're willing, like I said, to cover shipping, we'll get it sent out to the winner. So that'd be pretty cool, because then this way I can build it, play with it, enjoy it, and then give it away. That way it's not just sitting here taking up space. If that's something they want to do, I don't know. I'll have to talk to them. But Fabrico and I have had a pretty good rapport over the years. Polymaker and I, Micro Swiss, Printed Solid back in the day. I had a really good rapport with Printed Solid back in the day. LDO, of course. Jason loves to help everybody with their stupid ideas. So every time I have a stupid idea, Jason's like, we'll help you. So Jason has definitely been one of my biggest, longest supporters. I don't think there's a person in the community that has a bad thing to say about Jason and LDO. I really don't. I could be wrong. There could be somebody hiding out there. Is this not plugged in? Uh-oh. My Big Tree Tech, my K-Touch, which is a Panda Touch that I uploaded the firmware to make it a K-Touch, doesn't seem to want to power on. Let's see if the power cord was just not all the way pressed in. Maybe over time of sitting on the desk, it came loose. Let's see. I want to get this K-Touch up and running now because I didn't add the magneto to it yet. You might have answered this question already, but what is MRRF? Oh, White. Yeah, MRRF is the Midwest Rep Fest. It goes on in Goshen, Indiana, once a year, every year. Usually it's been in June. It happens at the 4-H Fairgrounds in Goshen, Indiana, which is Amish country. And it is basically a giant, it's more of like just a cookout, family hangout kind of an environment. There's a lot of just everything. You got a bunch of maker tables, people showing off stuff they're working on. There are some sponsors that will be there showing off stuff, selling things. It's kind of like a 3D printing swap meet meets family barbecue, like weekend event. And it is, for me, that's the kind of environment I really enjoy. Nothing against the other events like 3D Printopia or Rocky Mountain or the Sanjay Mortimer, or even like Japan Rep Fest. Yeah, they just did the Japan Rep Fest too. So what's needed to get in? Show up. It is free entry for all attendees. And if you are a maker who wants to get a table, tables are first come, first serve. So you just walk in the door, bring your stuff, go to a table, set it down. That table is yours for the weekend. There's no, you have to pay for a table. It's just show up, take a table. If you're not going to be showing anything off, like that hair, you guys like that? Look at that. If you're not going to be showing anything off, it's always best not to like take a table if you don't need to. But if you're going to be bringing some stuff with you, printers, prints that you want to show off, maybe a project you're working on, just grab a table, you know. Am I going to have a table there? No, White. I'm going to be showing up for Sunday only this year. I have tomorrow I'm taking my daughter to get her driver's license. My 16-year-old daughter is getting her license tomorrow. And then Saturday we have a gender reveal / baby shower for my first grandbaby. So we'll be there for that on Saturday. Depending on how long that runs and what goes on, I may hit the road tomorrow night and then be out there in the evening. Danny, you got to do some shopping. All right, man. Have a good evening, good day, good whatever. Oh, that's right. You're here in the US. So have a good day, man. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully you got good weather there. We actually got sun today. We had shit yesterday. So hopefully you have a good day, man. But no, so again, if all works out, I'll be on the road tomorrow night. I'll have to figure out where I'm staying when I get there. Not a big deal. Worst case, I just pull up in my car, park, and sleep in my car for the night. Not the first time I've ever done that. Congratulations, Grandpa. Yeah, thank you. It's exciting. You know, I'm almost 50 years old, so being a grandpa, it's about time. You know, it's my second oldest boy and his girlfriend. They are blessing us with a little grandchild here in August. So it's gonna be cool. Oh, Reverend, yeah. Yep. We're gonna have a grandbaby in August. So it'll be my first and probably only, according to the rest of the kids. They're not 7 kids and none of them want to reproduce. Just one, which is fine because some of them are still quite young. I mean, my oldest boy is 25. Then my other son here that's giving me a grandbaby is 22, and then he's going to be 23. And then my next boy in line is 20. He'll be 21. My daughter just turned 20. She'll be, you know, she just turned 20. So there's that. And then my next daughter down is 18. She'll be 19. The next daughter just turned 16. And then the youngest daughter is 13. And she lets me know all the time that she is, you know, not a little kid anymore. So it'd be nice to have a grandbaby that I can spoil and have a little one. But so Saturday, that's the plan for that. do all that, and then at least come home, load the vehicle, and be ready to go for Sunday morning. But if I can, then we're going to go from there. Man, you raised an army. Bryce. Hey, Bryce, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, there's 7 kids, man. 7 kids in my little herd here. My wife and I are one big blended family, one big beautiful blended family. I have 3 boys from my first marriage, 1 daughter from my second, and then my wife has 2 from her first and 1 from her second. So she came in with 3 girls. I came in with 3 boys and a girl. So my last name is Borio. It's no secret. We kind of joke that we're better than the Brady Bunch. We're the Borio Bunch because we have 1 more. So, and if you look at it and you think about Alice and the Brady Bunch, if you think about Alice, their maid, she was female as well. That made 7. So technically, we are equal in that sense. You have 2 daughters. They both express no desire for children, so you spoil your dog. Exactly. I'm just glad I'm going to have at least 1 grandbaby. My oldest boy, him and his girlfriend are very much, they very much enjoy the lifestyle that they're living. They're happy. And so, I get it. To raise a child takes a lot. And it seems like once you have 1, sometimes you just end up adding more and more and more and more and more. And you kind of like Pokemon, you collect them all, with the addition of having our children, we've had where the hell? Oh, sorry. I just looked down and saw something that was odd. My shoe looked a different color. It's weird. But anyway, no, with having children, you tend to collect more kids anyway, like with my 1 daughter being on volleyball, her volleyball team is like, extended daughters. And then of course, they're all their friends, like my sons with their friends. We've gained a bunch of other, extended children. So, if I was to sit down and like think about it, there's probably what I would consider probably 25 to 30 kids that I would consider like my own. So, plus I work in a school. I do IT for a school, and there's a lot of students there that they won't open up to any of the other staff, or they won't talk to any of the other staff for some reason. They like coming and talking to the IT guy, hanging out with the IT guy because he's cool, and he's got his own office, so they can, you talk to Mr. Borio, and then they'll come hang out for like 10 minutes just to kind of get out, and So I've gathered a small following of young ones that I consider children. So, but it's not for everybody, and I get that, man. I mean, kids can sometimes be a very large handful. And by sometimes, I mean always. All right. Well, let's get this thing heated up. Let's see here. Extruder, we'll take it up to 240. Whoa. 240, not 2,240. Holy shit. Infertility rate is drastically dropping everywhere in the world. Yeah, a lot of people are just not happy with the way life is right now, and they just don't want to bring life into this world. And that's fine. I mean, I don't usually touch on, so for those who are kind of new to the channel still, I usually don't touch on, I try not to touch on politics, religion, and current event stuff. This is not me going down some rabbit hole where I'm trying to start a debate, but there's a lot going on in the world today. People aren't happy with what's going on in the world today, and they don't want to bring life into the world today. And that's fine. That is their prerogative. I am not going to push an agenda one way or the other. You are all free to think how you choose to think. You are all going to do what you want to do and what you feel is best for you, your friends, and your family, and that is your right to do so. I am not here to tell any of you how to think otherwise. So just know when you come here, this is kind of a, I would say, Switzerland-like area. We don't want to talk about things that are going to cause problems. So, White, I'm not saying anything against what you said. I agree with what you said. The rates are dropping. That is there. That is true. I'm just saying, like, I personally believe that you are all free to do as you choose. Be who you want to be happy, enjoy your life. You know what I mean? Just enjoy your life, man. Don't worry about the shit you can't control and just worry about the things you can. You know, if you can't control something, there's no point in getting worked up and getting upset about it, because nothing you say, nothing you do is going to change the things you can't change. But if you can change something and you think it needs to be changed, you change it. Can't have them, so you have cats. Mike, hey, brother. Cats need you more than a child ever will. Even when a cat's acting like an asshole, it's just a teenage child. So just know that when your cat knocks something off the table, that's your teenage child throwing a fit. When a cat curls up in your lap, that's because your teenage child is having a bad day and just needs you to be there and cuddle them. So love your cats, enjoy your cats, and know that in the end, your cats will probably be nicer to you than children will, especially through them teen years. Nice part about a cat is you feed it, you water it, and you give it a place to take a shit, and it's happy. I mean, a teenager, you can feed it, you can water it, you can give it a place to take a shit, and it's still mad at you for something. It's just 6 drunken toddlers running around. You only got 6? Oh, those are rookie numbers, man. You got to get them numbers pumped up, buddy. I got 11 cats, too, and 3 dogs. 11 cats, 3 dogs, and 7 kids, and a wife. Yeah. But, of course, in the house now, we have only 2 kiddos still living at home now. My youngest daughter lives with her mother now. So we have the 18-year-old and the 16-year-old living at home with us. 11 cats, 3 dogs. But we still see our kiddos as much as we can. You know, they still come by and visit as much as they can. Where is my unload filament option? Unload filament. There we go. You live in a civilization. All righty. Give me a second to go swap some filament. Ugh. Get my foot out of the chair. Ugh. Oh, damn. I pulled the PTFE tube through. This is going to be a pain in the ass to work with. Holy cow. Let me see something here. Okay. It is not unloading because it's cooling down too much. Whoopsie. Cooling nozzle to 165. Why the hell are you cooling the nozzle to 165? I want to unload filament. Why would you go down so low? Bear with me. We got to figure some stuff out. There. Well, we'll let it cool itself down. I got the top open. That thing is quite loud. I almost forgot how loud it was because with the enclosure on it yesterday, it was quite quiet. We'll let it cool down here and we'll figure out what the hell it's doing because I hit the unload button. It pushed some filament through, so there's a nice little blob on the end of the nozzle now. Unload finish. Did it though? Did it really finish? Because I don't think it did. Let's see. Oh, it did. No, it didn't. It's pulling the damn tube through again. Gosh darn it. Let's take the clip off, push the PTFE tube down, and then figure out why. Oh, there's a blob on the end of the filament. That was what's causing the problem. Okay, filament's out. That is a pain in the ass. Woo! This thing is massive, and I got to move stuff away from the front of it so I can get down here and work with it a little easier. Oof, the lid popped up. Wow. Okay, there's that. Let's put this back in now. Okay, put the clip back in. Whew. The magnetosphere. Okay. Gang, if you ever take your filament out and you get it all like this, don't freak out. Just take it and pull it down a few rings so you make sure you're not twisted up. And then just slowly wind it back around itself. That way you don't accidentally overlap the filament and cause a knot. Because believe it or not, all those knots that people are finding in their filament that they are claiming are from spooling, it's really hard to do that when they're wrapping the filament. It can be done. I'm not going to say it can't. It can be done. But most of the time it's because we did something like that. It got all wound up and then you just threw it back over real quick, or when you wrapped it, you overlapped the filament. So just keep that in mind. Okay, carbon fiber PETG is back on the shelf. Let's pull this ABS Plus out. We're going to give this Central 3D Printing ABS Plus a try. It's my first time using it, so we'll probably go through and do the config stuff with it, right? Run the calibrations. Let's close this real quick. Put this over. That is a pain in the ass. Woo! Ow. Why would you do that to me? Get over it. There we go. Roll it back up. This is a pain in the ass. I am going to have to move this printer down this shelf a little bit more, because this is a pain to do where it's at. Whew. I'm trying to push the filament all the way through this long ass PTFE tube here. And then I did exactly what I said was going to happen, and I got it all sorts of twisted up. So now we have to gently rewrap it in such a way that we don't tangle. Okay. Now it's not tangled anymore. Don't do what Dan does. Don't make life miserable for yourself. Give yourself plenty of room to maneuver. I just don't have a lot of space in here. There we go. Spool's untangled. All right, let's go back here. Come on, screen, respond. Screen, quit responding. Unplug screen. Plug back in screen. Now let's see, are we responding? Nope. All right. All right, well, printer's not responding, so reboot. Remember, guys, reboot the printer. If you're ever having problems, just restart. It probably doesn't hurt to reboot your printer periodically anyway, especially if you're running a Clipper-based printer. Reboot them from time to time. Makes them happy. Like small children, they need a reboot. I used to jokingly tell my kids, reboot, and then I would bop them in the head. Not hard, just, you know, just be like, reboot. Like reboot, you know. Anybody else do that with their dogs, cats, or children? I'm out of coffee. You think if I put in a request to the boss that she'll bring me a cup of coffee? I doubt it. That's such an IT answer. Oh, Mike, you are correct. You are correct. That is the IT way of answering a question. Reboot. Let's disable the motors real quick. I forget those linear motors, though. I don't believe they just disable when you hit the disable. No, you got to hit this button down here. There's a button in the bottom of the printer that allows you to disable the motors. I want to get this blob of filament off the nozzle. What the fork? Oh. Yeah, I just kind of pissed off the, I forgot it has the pressure sensor. So I pulled that off of there and it angered the system. So it's got to reboot again. I popped that and I shouldn't have. I should have just heated it up and took it off. Don't do the dumb shit Dan does. Oh. "3D chameleon." I have a 3D chameleon sitting down there. If I brought a 3D chameleon, since it's not really all that popular anymore, would anybody, if I bring a 3D chameleon kit to Midwest and gave it away to somebody, would somebody want it? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Let's shut it down and then reboot it, because that didn't seem to help. It made it mad. I hope I didn't just break something doing something like that. That would just be silliness. Power this thing down. Power this thing back up. Holy shit. What was that? Holy shit. The whole fucking printer just like started jumping and moving, and I didn't like look to see what the hell happened. The printhead didn't drag. It's got enough room. Wow. That just freaked me the hell out. Yeah. Whew. Like, this thing's heavy. It's like 70-some pounds, and the whole thing was just like jumping around on this table or on this shelf. Like, it shifted the whole damn printer. Woo! Let's put you back. There. I don't know why you did what you did, but you did it. Let's go to homing. Home all. Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me. Like, that big 70-some pound printer just like vibrating like crazy and shifted on my shelf. Whew. All right, well, it is homing. Let me go look at something. Magneto X with enclosure weight. Yeah, that's fine. Go away. Fully enclosed option. Shipping weight of the magneto is listed at 30 kilograms. Therefore, only confirmed that the magneto is 28 kilograms, or the Magneto X 3D printer itself weighs 61.7 pounds. The full enclosure with all the options. See, while the weight of the full enclosure itself isn't specifically stated, product snippets is mentioned. The additional components, the shipping weight of the Magneto X printer is listed at 30 kilograms. It's possible that the shipping weight includes some packaging, if possible. So this is just not telling me exactly what I want. Okay, so here we go. The Magneto X 3D printer with its enclosure weighs 66 pounds. The printer itself has a net weight of 28 kilograms. So there you go. 66, it says 66 pounds. So still, at 66 pounds, it's a heavy son of a bitch. Yes. I do again want to say thank you for the assistance today, guys. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, it'll be nice to put some gas in the tank and some food in the belly and not have to, stretch the personal finances. That way the missus and the kiddos, while I'm gone for the day, will have, not have to worry too much. But we did just home that thing, so let's get it heating up and get that filament pushed through. It did just home, so we're good there. Let's go to 240. Whoa! I didn't click on the webcam. I was typing. 240 for the hot end. And take the bed up to, we're going to print an ABS, so let's heat soak at 90. And let's close the enclosure now so that it will actually, oh, it is closed. I already did that. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, let's go back here now. Let's go to right screen. Let's click on this. And then let's look for, it's on the desktop. Yep, there we go. Files, center cap. There we go. One center cap. And let's come down here and look at something real quick. Yeah, it's a flat edge. So we're going to want to at least put some supports around this edge. So let's just do supports. I do like my tree supports, but let's do manual tree supports. Lee Marie 3D, what's going on, good sir? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going wonderfully. Hope today is a beautiful day. Let's just do auto. How are we, good sir? I am just having a little bit of a marathon stream. We've only been 2 hours in, so I don't know how long I'm going to run this thing, but we're just hanging out in the garage today. It is Juneteenth, so I am off today. And I figured since I'm off today and it's not super hot out here yet, I'm not sweating profusely just yet. A little bit of heat coming off, but not crazy. I figured we moved the magneto. It is now back in its semi-resting place. It's no longer on the creaky little dinky table there. So figured, I got this cap that I want to print and I've got some ABS Plus that I wanted to test out. So there you go. Stephen Machado, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am doing my pre-MRRF, like if you can assist me financially for MRRF, which I'm only going for Sunday, so any little bit helps. There's the links directly to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo down below. Feel free to send a little something along. I'll give you a little shout out on the stream here for the kindness. So far, Reverend, Mike, and who was it? I'm forgetting now. I'm forgetting there was only 3. How can I forget? How can I forget? I feel so terrible at the moment. I'm having a stupid attack. Go back here, go back here. Click on here. Come on, phone. I need a new phone at some point too. My phone has not been cooperating. There we go. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got Reverend Wayne. It's Reverend Wayne and Mike all sent me a little something, so thank you guys. But yeah, I moved this all by my lonesome, this big old heavy duty, like 66-pound monstrosity. I moved that all by myself from off of that rinky-dink little table to back there in that corner. So the magneto is now in its pretty much final resting place. I will probably slide it down just a little bit more so it's a little easier to get to the spools back here in this corner. So I'll probably shift it down a little bit more. Move the stuff that's next to my battery backup. It's right there. I have a server rack style battery backup, and you can see there's this much space here. And I don't think I'll ever use this set of doors right here on the side. Probably just do everything through this door right here. So I'll probably just slide this up to that, take this stuff that's in here out of the way, slide it down so I have more space on the end there to get spools in and out. But let's go ahead and we're just playing around with it right now. I'm going to go and do some, we'll say generic ABS at the moment. And then we'll click on the settings and let's take a look here. Let me jump back to the right screen. I do know that on the package, it does say that, it was 220 to 240 to 260, I believe it was. So hope Stephen Machado is doing well. All of my MRRF goers, I hope to see you guys there. First layer 260, 260, 105 on the bed, and then 100. All right. I need to check something because I know. Oh, it was LTX. That's right. LTX sent me the settings that he uses on Discord for this ABS Plus. So let me go look at LTX's comments about what he does. Let me see here. He runs 260 and 115, and he's running a Voron though. So I will stay at 105 and 100 on the build plate for right now. 260 is what he prints at. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. All those are the same. That's all the same. The only difference is the flow rate, but I'm also using a different printer, so we'll try this flow rate. I'm not going to play around with the craziness just yet. We'll let it ride. We'll see what happens. Let's hit slice plate real quick here. This is a center cap for a late 80s, early 90s Dodge Dakota. It's a center cap. And then, yeah, we'll just let it print with that. We'll let it print like that. We'll see what happens. Normal grid infill. 2 hours, 8 minutes. Sounds like a plan. We got a marathon stream going anyway, so raising a little bit of funds for my MRRF trip and hanging out with all you guys and sending this off now to the magneto. Let me go check that build plate out real quick. Just make sure that what I'm seeing in there is not crazy. I don't have a lot of good light in here, so. Okay. There. The enclosure is set. If I move this screen up, guys, I don't know how well you can see me back there. Let me make the screen bigger here real quick. I want to show you guys something. And move the chair out the way. If I move this screen, because the magneto has a different panel I can put in here that's solid, and then I can take the screen from here and move it up here. If I do that, it's going to be over this piece of wood here. So I fear that if it gets pressed back, it would snap off. So I'm going to leave it here because there's only about a 1-inch gap right here. Let's see, from the screws to the wood is 1.5 inches actually. So I only have 1.5 inches gap right here. So I'm not gonna risk snapping that screen off. I'm not gonna risk it because, like I said, if something should happen and something gets pressed into that and that thing gets slid back, it's just gonna it'll rip that screen right off of there. So I'll leave it the way it is. It'll sit there like that. Like I said, I should have just slid it down, but I didn't. But that's okay. It's okay. So again, and to those of you that are going to Midwest, I cannot wait to see you. To those who are just popping in, I'm probably going to bring my laptop bag and just throw some random shit in there just to hand out to people as I wander around the event. Probably nothing crazy, fancy, too over the top. You know, like Fadus Conch is probably going to be the most elaborate thing in there. I may include some other little random things like maybe the lovely Maker World clock. You know, just clear some random crap out of here. Just random bits, random stuff. Don't exactly know what these are, but if somebody can use them and can have them, there you go. Throw that in there. I have my, this I'm not getting rid of. Sorry, guys. But it's the Pad 5 with a compute module 4 on it. Yeah, this is going to run something someday. Hey, look, there you are. See yourselves? Look at you guys. Look how cute you are. That big monster on the floor, if it were me, it's not coming back off the floor without either a forklift or someone strapping, or some strapping young fellow who, yeah, yes. I am feeling it now. It was definitely a thing. For those who maybe have missed a few, when I got that, I took it out of the box by myself from the floor, lifted it onto this rickety little table. And then while it sat on this rickety little table, we then built last night the enclosure for it. So we put the enclosure panels and everything all on it yesterday on stream. And then today, instead of just taking the lid off and then putting it in there and then putting the lid back on because of the lack of clearance at the top, I just left it whole and kind of muscled it in there and slid it back and set it. And then, you know, took a few minutes to catch my breath and then shimmied and shifted it up into place. And now it's where it resides. The only thing I fear I may have to do is at some point take a piece of 2x4 and put it under the shelf right here to kind of help support. There is one in the middle. You kind of can't see it, but like right there is a 2x4 that goes from the ground up to the shelf to help keep it from bowing in the center. But I'm probably going to put another one somewhere over here too. Since I'm going to slide this down a little bit more, it will be closer to this. I may not need that. Let's see how it's doing. It's hard to tell. It's tinted. Oh, I guess it would have helped if I would have remembered to like bleed the filament out first, huh? Because I don't even know that the filament is actually feeding in. It is. Whoops. Well, thankfully it's putting down a bunch of support, so we can just pause it, stop it, and then load the filament. Manhandle isn't a strong enough term. Yeah, I dealt with it quite well. Let's go back to 260 on the old ABS here, and we'll go back to 105 on the build plate, preheat everything back up. And then let's go down here to load filament. Let's find load in the list. Let's load. Oh, speed 300. Yeah, that's fine. Send it. Okay, it is doing something for sure because I just saw the PTFE tube inside go crazy. Damn it. Again, with that PTFE tube sliding through. I'm going to have to put a washer or something in there. Keep that PTFE tube from coming all the way through. Let's go to main menu. Let's see here. Let's pop this door open. And pop this door open so we can see. And then let's hit the load button. There we go. We got filament coming out now. I do love the fact that they have the little like load and unload buttons on top of this thing. And get enough filament purged out that I see that green ABS plus from Central 3D Printing. Again, thank you, Central 3D Printing, for sending that. You didn't have to, but you did. So thank you. So we're testing out some Central ABS Plus. So Central 3D Printing sent it over. They said, hey, you stream, you like testing stuff, playing with stuff? I said, sure. So they sent it over. The joys of being a free agent in the 3D printing space is I can test other stuff and not have to worry. You know? So I'm testing other stuff and I'm not worried. Let me get that little prime line off of there. There we go. Okay. Get that prime line off of there. Skull Army, what's going on, young sir? Hope you're doing well. How's the old man? Is the old man doing well? Haven't heard. Just wondering if he's doing well. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think I'm just, you know, being silly and speaking funny. Yeah, he's good. 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 So yeah, Skull Army, how you been? We're playing around with the oh wow. Here. Let's go to the right screen and let's go to the camera. There you go. Like I said, it's kind of dark in there, so it is a little hard to see. I will have to figure out a better lighting situation for over there. I don't have a remote for my lights back there, so I'm gonna have to get a different light strip that I can actually control a little better, and then maybe just blast it with some white light. I'm looking to see how it's sticking or not sticking. Let me see here. Let's make sure it's actually going down right. Well, it doesn't look terrible, but it looks like it could be closer. So let's go to fine tune and let's take it down quite a bit. I'm letting out a bunch of heat, I know, but I can't see very well. Okay. Just trying to dial in that first layer, gang. It's ABS now, so different material. Got to get it a little closer, you know? There we go. Is that Magneto brand? No, it's PO Poly is the brand. Magneto X is the printer. So if you look up PO Poly, or Peopoly as some people call them, but it's PO Poly. If you look up PO Poly, here. Hold on. Let me jump back here for a minute. Move this, go here. Copy, Control V, paste. There you go. Yeah, it is the POPoly.net products Magneto X. So POPoly Magneto X. Currently, they are not. They are currently sold out at the moment. They say on the website that they are getting more in stock, but my understanding is it's been like that for a while. This one that you see behind me is a Gen 1, so it's the first gen. It uses a linear motion system. So for X and Y, it uses linear motors, not belts and pulleys. Which linear motor is just a fancy way of saying it's a line of magnets with a stator that moves it back and forth across the row of magnets. So it is much quieter in its movement. Did you buy the glass or you bought it like that? The printer comes without the panels and the top cover. The printer is just this base part right here. This top cover and all the panels are all part of the enclosure kit that you can get with the printer. I did not buy any of that. I need to be upfront and transparent. That was given to me by PO Poly. It's one of those situations where they had one. There was a guy within what I considered a reasonable driving distance that had one, and they were like, hey, we don't want to pay to ship this, and this guy doesn't want it. Do you want it? You can make content with it. And I said, yes. And it was thanks to a member of the community for getting me in touch with the gang at PO Poly. So thank you to the member who knows who they are. LTX, what's going on, man? Hey, we just started printing with the ABS Plus. So I double checked your numbers to my numbers, and we're gonna let it slide or let it fly, and we're gonna see how this center cap turns out. I'm printing one of them center caps for the Dodge Dakota. So I'm printing it in the ABS right now. Got it going on the printer. There's that. There we go. Oh, we got to refresh. Hold on. Let me click on the magneto. Refresh. There we go. Now you guys can just see the magneto directly, and I don't have to share the screen, so I can be free. See, I'm right here. See, this is me. This is me. I can actually do something like this even. Look at that. You know, because it's only printing in that one spot. I could go right there. But we'll just put me down here. Like this. But yeah, no, so the but yeah, they didn't want to pay to ship it back to themselves, and they were like, look, if you need any assistance with it, let us know. Thankfully, Poity and who else was it? I remember Poity and I and one other person in the community, we all like were talking about it, and Poity and I one evening sat here and we got it up and running. So you got your Centauri carbon? Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome. Hopefully it's working for you well. Hopefully you like it. Like I said, I haven't gotten mine yet still. I'm still waiting on mine. It hasn't gotten here, but when it does, it's going to have a spot up right up in here somewhere because it's a small enough printer. I can put it up here and it'll still be nice and visible. That thing is just too damn massive to try and lift up onto the top shelf. Plus, I don't want it that far away from I don't want it that far away from the ground. That's a long way to fall if the shelf gives way. You think 2 months ago? Sweet. Hopefully it's been working well for you. I don't know. What's your experience been with it? Please tell us. I mean, you're a younger guy, a little more elastic, a little more elasticity in your brain than we have, us older guys. So it's good. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm glad, man. I'm hoping when I get mine will be a good one too. And I'll be using the ever living, you know what, out of it. Fingers crossed. For anybody who doesn't know, our good friend Skull Army here is a younger guy. Him and his old man like to come and hang out with us in chats and in streams. Currently, Dad's probably working or busy, and he's on summer, so he's probably just hanging out at home and saw me stream and decided to pop in and say, hey. I am not liking that. I'm not liking that. Let me look. Let me look if it's just my brain and the way the light hits it. Part of it's my brain. Part of it is because some of the black filament is starting to come out still into the print, which is fine. That's in the infill portion of it. We're not infill, but in the support side, so not crazy. Yeah, see, Skull Army's just a little guy. You think you may order a CC either end of the month or start of next month? Dale, yeah. Like I said, I'm hoping when I get mine, we have, good, bad, or indifferent. We have some experiences with it. It is being sponsored by a company. So when it gets here, we'll talk more about that and where you can buy them stateside if you're stateside. Just got to wait for them to get their stock in. And when they get their stock in, then they'll send one out to me. So it is a good printer. Good, good. I'm hoping it is because the plan is, if I like it a lot, my plan is to buy one or two more to have so that I can have like a nice little row of them. Basically get one for nothing and then buy two more so that I can not be that guy who got it for free and talked great about it and didn't prove that I actually enjoy it. But I want to have maybe two of them right here. So these two printers, I'll have to see what I'm going to do, but I want to put for sure one right here and then possibly one more right there. Have two of the Centauri carbons right there. And then we'll have the magneto down here. We'll have the big old T1 Pro, which I may rehome the T1 Pro, not rehome it as in give it away, but move it from up there to down here. I want to clean off this area back here. Back in here where behind the duck. I want to clean off this area and then bring this down more at a eye level kind of a space. So drop it down here. There's something print moving. Oh yeah, it was a little blob of the old black filament. So yeah, there's a little blob of old black filament from the carbon fiber PETG that I was printing on there. So we're going to see how this does. We're going to let it print. I'm going to let it go. I'm not even going to stop it unless it has a catastrophic failure. I'm going to let it just print through to the end. We'll see how it looks. I didn't do any of the calibration tuning testing, which normally I do when I play with a new filament. I didn't. I just threw it in there and I let it go. We loaded like a default ABS profile, and then I matched some of the numbers with what you had, with what I had. I just made sure it kind of matched up from what you sent me. And then we sent it. So we're going to send it. We're going to see how it does. And then if it has any issues, then we'll go through the Orca Slicer calibration stuff, and we'll tune accordingly and make a proper profile for it if need be. You're going to go get something to eat? All right, Skull Army. Well, thanks for popping by. Hopefully you smashed that like button while you were here. Gave me a little thumbs up. Be great. And that being said, enjoy. Oh, Skull Army, we knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. But yeah, gang, currently it says I'm up to 320 views, 22 concurrent viewers. So thank you to those of you who are coming and hanging out and watching the Magneto move, the magnificent Magneto. What's a good M word for? The magnificent Magneto melting molten plastic. Don't have another M there. No M. I can't completely steal like what Zach Freeman does. I don't have the linguistic skills that he does. I'm shrinking myself, guys. Look, I'm getting smaller. I'm shrinking away. I'm making the stream better. Look at that. I just got rid of myself. I made the stream so much better now, didn't I? Is this there we go. Oh, wait. Whoops. There we go. You just pick the bamboo ABS profile and change the temps. Use that to create your profile for it. Nice. Well, LTX, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and when it's done, we'll see how good or not good it looks, and we'll kind of go from there. And then I will run through all the calibration stuff. This has got like a 2-hour print, and I was planning a little marathon stream today to see if I could help raise a little extra funds to get me to MRRF with a little less headache. So far today, we've gotten, let me go back and look again. But so far today, there's been a couple of donations that have come through in PayPal. We got two, one $25, one $20. And then there was another one that came in through the old Cash App, which was another 25. So, oh no, it's Mike sent me 25. Reverend and Wayne both sent me, well, Reverend sent me 25 and Wayne sent me 20. So thank you, gentlemen, for helping. That a little bit, all of that helps alleviate the headache of figuring out food and gas when I'm traveling. So, and like I said, if somebody got real crazy, then I could try and find a hotel room if I go out Saturday night. And then I could sleep in a hotel, but if need be, I'll crash in my car. I don't care. People are going to think I'm nice if you keep saying that. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's Mike was such a dick. I couldn't believe that he did that. That was so mean of him. How dare he assist me like that? Is that better, Mike? Did that help? All meant in good fun, my man. All meant in good fun. There we go. That's the stuff. Yeah. All right. So now I know for future reference that Mike, whenever he does something nice, I have to downplay it. I got to downplay the niceness. That's fine. We got to keep that illusion. I understand, Mike. I understand. But yeah, I honestly am grateful for you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys helped me out in several of my misfortunes. You guys are there to kind of help me out, help the family out, and we appreciate it. My wife and daughters don't really come on camera all that much. My sons, they don't really, when they're here, it's usually when I'm not streaming. And my oldest son, when he comes in to hang out, he doesn't like hang out. He comes to work on vehicles. He uses dad's driveway because he don't have a driveway. He lives in an apartment, so he'll come here and hang out in Dad's driveway and work on his car. My other sons will do the same thing. They basically show up to use the driveway and talk to the family in the house. They talk to my wife and the girls. They're good boys, man. They really are. I got a really good family. I mean, I butt heads with the teenage girls, but that's because they're teenage girls, and I'm just a stupid dad. I don't know anything. I'm dumb. But the boys, we like all kids, man. Me and the boys, we had our ups and downs, our trials and tribulations as dad and sons. We've I raised them up. They're good kids. I can't complain. They're making good choices. They're doing good things. They're working, taking care of, my second oldest is going to have his family soon. So I'm pumped for that. I'm not worried. He's worried because, first baby. But I told him, I said, you're going to be a good dad. I said, all the things I did that you liked, do those things. All the things I did that you didn't like, don't do those things. That's the best way to parent. Like, that's the best way to parent. David's Projects, you booked your hotel a month ago. It's always 50-50 on availability. You plan on running a community filament exchange and hanging out with your son. Nice. Well, David, that's awesome, man. And I will try to remember to bring a tote of filament to just give to you that you can just swap out with others, because there's a large collection of filaments back there that are just kind of old, that have not been, they may need to be dried or whatever the case may be. But there's some old ABS back here. I've got some PLA ABS like hybrid stuff that I got from Alien 3D a long time ago. It's a partial spool, but there's some random ABSs back here. Depending on how this thing prints with ABS now, I may keep some of that. But I've got some old atomic PETG carbon fiber, blue, red, and black, that will probably need to be dried because they have been sitting for a while. So I may have some stuff that I'll bring with that you can use in your exchange. You're going from Friday to Sunday morning. Mama set it up for me and the kids. Nice. Am I using a textured plate? Yes, I am. That is the magneto textured plate that comes with it. We'll see how it goes. It's either going to work or it's not. But yeah, it is the textured plate. Ruh-roh. Yeah, I know. I know people always say, don't do that, but the other side of that has the weird like diamond pattern on it. So this is just the PEI side. I know, don't print PEI or ABS on PEI. I'm going to let it cool down before I try to pull it off at air and cross my fingers. If it damages the plate, it damages the plate. I'll just have to, not print in that area for a while. But we'll see what happens. I could have threw some blue painter's tape down, I guess. That thing has a death grip on textured. Well, that's cool. That's good. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I get lucky. You guys will be here to bear witness if I'm still streaming in the 2-ish hours it's got. So, like I said, we're just going to, a little bit of a marathon stream just to kind of, like I said, raise a little funds for the trip and hang out with you guys on this lovely Thursday that I am off work. And like I said, I decided to take today, tomorrow, and Monday off. I may still go into work on Monday, depending on what time I get home on Sunday. But yeah, I will be there Sunday. So for those who are just popping in, I will only be at MRRF on Sunday, possibly Saturday evening. So depending on what time I get in Saturday, it'll be cool. If I go Saturday and I get in early enough, it'll be cool to hang out with everybody Saturday night, see everybody, and then, the after party. You had to pressure wash the brim off of your plate the first time. Yeah. Hey, you know what? if I got to do it, I got to do it. We'll figure it out. I'm not, like I said, I'm not super worried about it. I like when people learn from my mistakes, or we just do the trial and error method. You know, see if it'll work, see if it won't. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, worst case, I just flip it over and we start printing on that diamond side, and everything I print has a diamond effect on it. Joel printed a lens cap, I see here on X. Sorry, gang, I'm just taking a second to do a quick little scan through the top part of X just to see what's new. Denise is almost missed it. Yep, Denise and her husband are on their way to Midwest Rep Rap Fest right now. Again, for those who are going to Midwest Rep Rap Fest and are getting in early, they do have the table set up, and they did say if you're in the area to swing by. So if you are in the area, swing by. I might have to get used to that clapping noise or that slapping noise. Oh, my PTFE tube came out of one of the clips inside there. You guys see that? I put the little clips in for the PTFE tube to ride in, and it looks like the one let go. So maybe that's what I just heard. Okay. But STL Denise is on her way. And if you're on your way and you get in today, stop by the venue. They're going to be there hanging out, doing stuff. I personally would love to go out today and tomorrow, but tomorrow, like I said, I have to take my daughter. I have to take my daughter out. Wait, what is this? SpaceX 36 blew up during static fire testing. And it was a massive boom. Holy shit. It says, watch as SpaceX or as Starship 36 explodes during static fire test during a launch. Test right before launch later this month. Not that anybody knows that or really cares. You didn't do it. Yeah, I mean, look at this explosion. This thing is insane. Let me here we go. Look at that. So they were doing static fire test on Starship 36, and it exploded last night. So, love it or hate it, man. It's gonna get human beings off this planet if need be. But like I said, it's one of those things I weigh in, no way on it, and I think it's cool, But yeah, that's insane. It's on Raw's alerts though. SpaceX hasn't posted it, or at least that I know of, SpaceX hasn't posted. Is this? Yep. So they did repost it. NASAspaceflights.com did repost it. So yeah, but it went boom. Here's another video of it from 11 hours ago. So yeah, there's some videos starting to surface around about it. I guess I'm a little late to the game because I woke up, got coffee, and started streaming, and haven't did my usual like morning surf through the web and see what's going on. So, well, there's a little interesting tidbit. Mike with the dad jokes. Nice. Hey, Steve Machado, you got to start somewhere, buddy. Got to start somewhere. Like I said, I weigh in, no way on it. It is what it is. They're doing what they're doing, and I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I mean, like all kids. I mean, launching rockets when we were little in school, and whatnot. It's cool to see that, and know that I'll never get a chance to go. I'll never be I'll never be on a rocket heading out of this, out of this world. But yes, everything in life is a learning experience. Yes, it is. So right now, back to what I was saying about MRRF, though, if you are MRRF bound and you get there today, they did say swing by the venue. So if you are going to MRRF and you are heading that way today, or you are getting in today, go by, say hi, tell them what's up. Like I said, if I didn't have daughter getting her driver's license tomorrow, baby shower on Saturday, I would be like MRRF bound today, just so I could get there and hang out with everybody, And I mean, realistically, I could go out today, drive the 3.5 hours out, and drive 3.5 hours back home, pay like $3 in tolls, hang out for the day, and then drive back home, and then drive back out Sunday, and then hang out Sunday, and then drive back home. Shay's going to keep up her sticker hunt. Going to start a maker chip collection. Nice. Yeah, I got to remember to dig out my box of stickers too, so people, when I see them, I can give them some stickers. So I got to remember to dig these out. I have a box with some stickers floating around. I'll bring some stickers to the event too and hand out some stickers. I don't have maker chips because I'm not cool like that. I don't have a printer that'll allow me to make maker chips like that. Oh, let's go back to this. You guys probably want to see how it's printing, huh? You guys don't really care about much more than that, right? Lock that, lock that, lock that. There we go. Lock it all down now so I quit moving things around. Mike, definitely. Yeah, I will, like I said, I'll be wandering around the event. This is my face. So a lot of you will know my face, but I won't know you because I only see a lot of you as names in chat. So when you see this face, walk up, say hi, introduce yourself. Remember, on your name tags, this is what I always stress this, and I'm going to stress it again now while there's some of you here. If it's your first time at the event or your 30th time at an event, like on your name tags, write your screen name that people will know you by, as well as your name. That way it's not just like, who are you again? So like, me, I always write Maker My Nexus Dan. And then people know I'm Maker My Nexus Dan. So, like Stephen Machado could write Stephen Machado. Stephen Machado. No, I'm just kidding. Stephen Machado is always Stephen Machado. There's no getting around that. And then like, oh no, it's Mike. You can just write, oh no, it's Mike. Mike. Or actually, if you really want to mess with everybody, be like, oh no, it's Mike. Alan. But yeah, I always recommend just like write your online handle and your name if you're going to put them on there, or just write your online handle if that's all you want to go by. Just so people know who the hell you are, because like my first time at the event, like the first event I went to, a lot of people just had their name on there and not what their online handle was. So I was a little like, okay, why, like, who? And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm so-and-so. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now I know why you know me, and now I know you. So it just makes it easier for people who know you as an online monarchy, yeah, name, your online handle. Trevor 3D Prince likes my post on X. Thank you, Trevor. I wonder if Trevor's hiding in chat now. Oh, sorry. Punch it. Oh, wow. My stream is still way back. I'm looking at it and I was like, I brought up the YouTube thing. My stream was like way back where I was sitting on the table after I moved the magneto. And Vince was giving me crap because he said it was going to break. Let's see something here. You guys get hit with ads yet? I'm just curious because like I do have ad rolls, you know, because the channel's now, you know, I'm now like a YouTube partner. I'm part of the YPP YouTube Partner Program. I know it rolls ads. Just wonder if you got hit with like 7. Oh, Mike, you've been here for, you know, quite a while though, so of course you're gonna get hit with them. No ads so far for Dale. All right, Dale, you running an ad blocker? Is that why? I do know that ad blockers mess with the stream a little bit too, so there are some issues there where some people have been running ad blockers and then my stream goes blank for a little bit and then pops back up, and it's because the ad blocker was blocking the ad. Oh, pretty freaking cool. No ad blocker? Nice. So thank you for not getting ads. So let me ask you guys, if I ended up working with companies, if I got more sponsorship stuff going, um, like what kinds of printers or things, like for instance, say lasers, you know, like if I started working with companies on some lasers, what kind of lasers would you guys be interested in seeing and knowing about? Because I'm you know, with the introduction of things lately, numbers have gone up. Things are getting a little better on the channel when I stream. And if I started like showing stuff off, I mean, obviously I do live streams. You know, I don't do like pre-made content, or not often. Every now and then I'll make a video, but mostly I do live streams. So um, if a company believes wholeheartedly in their product and is comfortable with me doing live streams with their products, what kind of products would you guys like to see? Is there like materials, things like that? Like what kinds of stuff would you guys like to see? Let me go back here. Oh, we got something going on in there. You guys see the stringiness? I see some stringiness. What do we got going on? Do we have some failed print or some failed support? Yeah, we got failed support. Okay. Well, we're gonna let it keep going. It's just some failing support that got knocked out. So we'll let it go. But yeah. You like seeing the more readily accessible, like the $3,000 printer or product is cool, but can't afford that item. Yeah, and that's kind of what I agree with, Mike. Like there's a lot of guys that are already showing off some of the higher end stuff. They've got a much larger channel, much larger following, and they show off a lot of the higher end stuff. I like I said, I kind of focus more on that try to focus more on like the everyman stuff, you know, like the more affordable stuff is what I kind of like. Especially like the review assembly out of the box, and then like what you can do to make it better. Smellable grease. Yeah. Yeah, for the auteur are budget affordable laser cutters that could be interested or could be of interest. Yeah. I'll have to reach out to like those guys and see. But that's the thing is like I kind of want to know where more of your guys' interest is going to be. Like what is going to like interest you guys, bring you guys in to watch and maybe find out some stuff about things that you are interested in and want to consider spending your money on, but don't necessarily want to put up the money without it. And you guys know me. If there's issues, I tell you there's issues. If I have a way to fix it, I'll show you guys how I fix it. I don't I don't try to I don't try my thing is this. There are enough reviewers out there that get a product, open it up, show it off, and you never see it again. Like you don't know if they're using it, if they're not using it, it's sitting in a closet, it's sitting on a shelf, what's it doing? You know what I mean? And there's enough of that. I don't want to be that guy. Like I don't necessarily want to say yes to everything and then have this tiny little 9x13 space, like packed to the gills with stuff that I just don't have the ability or time to work with. I want to get stuff. I want to use stuff. I want to play around with stuff. And then when there's something that comes along that can take the place of that, we'll let that go and bring something new in and show that off. Or if it's something that has had a good following, that we've had a good, a good run with, maybe we keep it around. And then as new things come along for that, mods, changes, things like that, then, do that. The follow-up update 500 hours down the line is always good. Yeah, who was that I just saw that put out their video on the Centauri Carbon? They did their 500-hour update. Whose channel was that? But I like the fact that he does that. Like, hey, I've been using this for this long, and this is what we've, this is what we've come to, or this is what we found. Stuff like that is always good. Like, hey, or in my case, I know the Centauri Carbon is going to become kind of like, as long as there's no major issues with it, the Centauri Carbon is going to become probably my go-to printer for a lot of stuff, based on the fact that it's a lower end, price-wise, not necessarily quality-wise. Probably is somewhere in the quality. There's going to be some, there's got to be some cost cutting somewhere. But just going to be my kind of like go-to, because it's going to be an affordable printer. It's enclosed, Core XY, so it's got the speed. Something Mike watched it this morning. Yeah. Can't remember his proper name. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Dale. Yeah. But that was his video I saw too. So yeah, I know what you're saying. But like I said, it's going to be a more affordable printer that people can get their hands on. So having it, using it, and it'll be in the background. We'll be printing with it. We'll be doing stuff with it all the time. So you're going to see it, The ADM5, he's workhorse as of late. Yeah. The Adventurer 5M, I do love the Adventurer 5M. I had an Adventurer 5M. I gave that to my niece and nephews. And my understanding is my brother-in-law has it just sitting. He hasn't done too much with it, but I told him I'd get out there. So the next time I go out to visit, I'm going to go out and, get it working for him again. I don't know what they did. It just might be something real simple that doesn't take much, and we'll have it working. So, but we'll find out. I'm going to go out there and work on it, mess with it, get it going again for him. And then, but yeah, when I had it, it was my little workhorse too. A nice little printer. Took some tweaks, but you're able to get some great ABS ASA parts. Nice. Yeah. I just had the Adventurer, the Adventurer 5M, not the Pro. And I'm sure that's what you got, is just the but it's, like I said, for the price tag on it, like $280 or whatever it is. Core XY, fast printer, gave really good parts. Definitely wouldn't mind it, but with the Centauri being, the Centauri Carbon being a fully enclosed printer for a difference of like $20 or $30 or $40 or whatever it ends up being. I know a lot of stateside vendors are selling the Centauri Carbons because, they're not, there's tariffs and stuff. So they're charging like, I think $330. I know Fabrico's got them for like $329, but they're sold out. They're waiting for their inventory. So, but yeah, it'll be fun. Get one, play around with the Centauri Carbon. The Adventurer 5M is another good one for those Core XY speedy printers. Those are some good lower end units price wise that are affordable. So maybe getting my hands on another 5M, would be a good one. Added an enclosure kit and worked out the chamber recirculation fan setup. Nice and stable. Sweet. Yeah, so maybe, like I said, maybe I get another one of those and put it up on the shelf and have them kind of a side-by-side and do some little, comparisons and stuff with them. I can see it looks like there's another little blob on there. But we're going to let this thing, like I said, I'm just going to let this thing print out. We're going to let it go, let it run, do its thing. We'll see the overall quality, and then, like I said, tweaking and tuning, we'll play around with it. And we'll see how well that ABS Plus sticks to the build plate on that thing. Probably should have put some glue down first, put a little, barrier in between. The magneto did come with this massive stick of 3D printer solid glue, super adhesive, quick, dry, easy to stick, PVA. This solid glue is not suitable to use on glass. So it says not to use it on glass, but I probably should have put a layer of that down before I printed ABS, just as a nice little in-between layer. The 5M come up on eBay secondhand for a reasonable price here in the UK. Nice. Yeah, the 5M is going to be a good one for anybody who's looking. Let me jump back here for a little bit. But right now, based on friends' experiences, the Centauri Carbon is going to be the way to go. Just because of everything. It's an enclosed printer. The build volume is that 256 magic number that everybody loves. And it's a fast, reliable printer. Everybody who's had one, with the exception of the gentleman who did the 500-hour video, he's had a lot of issues with his. But everybody else I've talked to has had really good luck with their Centauri Carbons. And I know Elegoo's been doing a lot of tweaking and tuning from batch to batch to fix a lot of issues that people had with the first batch. Which my understanding is his was a first batch printer. So I think they're in batch 3 now, and I think they're already coming with batch 3. They're coming with the modifications for the multi-material system. So yeah. Was the enclosure that sold you on the Centauri Carbon? Yeah, same here. I like the overall look of the Centauri Carbon next to like the ADM5. Or 5M, sorry, the 85M. The 85M or the Adventurer, it's a good printer. It's a solid printer. In everything, but the overall appearance of the Centauri Carbon, it just, for some reason, or something about the way that the extrusions are cut, everything, just its overall appearance is more appealing to me. Like when I see that, I like looking at that one more. It's a visual thing, I know. Structurally, they're, a very similar printer. FlashForge has a much nicer, like, pinch the two little things and pull the nozzle out, slide a new nozzle in. It's like a 2-second swap. So I do like that. It looks clean and tidy. Yes. That's I think what kind of draws me into the Carbon though is more of it's more of a clean look or clean aesthetic. When you look at the Adventurer 5 and when you look at the Pro, if you get a 5 and you put the 5M and you put the enclosure kit on it, or you do like the 3D printed enclosure kit for it, it looks, it's still a solid printer, but it just doesn't look as polished or finished as that. Like, for instance, looking at the Magneto, that thing is massive. It's a beast. It's solid. Visually, with that top hat on it, it does, to me, it looks like a piece of equipment, but it doesn't kind of wow as much, oddly enough, as the Centauri Carbon does when you look at the Centauri Carbon, which is a smaller but solidly built printer. From my understanding, I must be clear, from my understanding, it looks, to me, it's just more appealing on the eye. The Magneto is a beast, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad I got one. I'm glad it's in the collection here. But I am very excited for the Centauri Carbon. Probably wouldn't hurt to get another Adventurer 5M. Just to have, put it in the collection. And maybe, like I said, I was talking about buying another Centauri Carbon after I get the first one and test it out. I would like to put my money where my mouth is if it's a good printer, and buy a second one so that you guys know I'm not just full of shit, that I like it, I use it, and because I'm using it isn't because I got it for free, but because it is a good printer and I bought a second one. I don't want you guys to think that, oh, he's just shilling to shill. First off, I said it once and I'll say it again. Everyone on here that is pushing a product to you is shilling to you, whether they got it for free, whether they paid for it, no matter what. If they're showing you something and they like it and they're trying to convince you that it's worth buying, that's shilling. There's good shills and there's bad shills. There are shills who just do it to put money in their pocket, and then there are shills who truly believe that what they have is good and they think it will be good for you. I make zero money off of any referral other than if you guys use if I put an Amazon affiliate link in there, and I tell you, Sliceworks, I do have an affiliate link in my Linktree. So if you want to buy something from Sliceworks, use my affiliate link and use my discount code, saves you 5%. Put that out there. How often do you guys hear me talk about that? Not very often. You know what I mean? It's there. If you guys want to use it, use it. I don't try to make money. At least I don't try to make money off of you guys. I ask for money from time to time to help with stuff like going to MRRF, but I'm not trying to make my living off of profiting from you guys. I mean, if you want to, become a member, become a member. If you guys want to gift memberships, gift memberships. If you guys want to use my affiliate links, use my affiliate links. I don't hammer that stuff down anyone's throat. It's there, it's available, and if you guys want to do it, please do. Helps me out, and I'm grateful for that. Yep. But I'm not gonna. I mean, with the Centauri Carbon and the company that is sponsoring it, I do hope that I have a good experience with it and you guys like my experience with it. And if you guys were on the fence about getting one after my experience with it, that you will consider going to, the company that sponsors it and buying it through them. That's my hope. And thankfully, the company that is sponsoring it, they're good people. They know my streams. They know how I am. And they see some value in me. So I'm thankful for that. I mean, I've kind of spoke about it before, and I'll speak about it again. I've hinted around about who the company is, but I may have even said Fabrico. I mean, their name earlier. They've got them for $329 on the site. They are sold out. They're still waiting for their inventory to come in because, like most, they have to order and wait. So sadly, it's order and wait. And when they get them in, one is coming this way. And then if I have a good experience or bad, or if you want to get one, you'll consider going to them and buying one, and it'll be stateside. So for those of you in the States, you may be able to get one a little quicker, maybe not. I don't know how that part's going to work out, but I do hope that if you get one from them, I don't know that there'll be any kind of an affiliate link. It may just be, I got it from them. Thank you very much. If you want one, here's the link to the website. Go get one. A lot of guys, like I've pretty much had it with TikTok. I don't know about you guys, but I used to get the 300 views and then my videos would stop. Now I'm getting like 100, 150 views, and it is constant pushing of buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. It's the TikTok home shopping network. Like, I jokingly said that like a year ago, and I'm still sticking with it. It's the TikTok home shopping network, Yes, exactly. Never had TikTok. Well, Dale, you're not really missing much these days. I still post to TikTok because social media, that's what you do. You put content out there and hope people will find you. But anymore, my TikTok, as I flip through, it's just, video after video after video of like, hey, buy this, links in the TikTok shop, buy this, links in the TikTok shop. 3D Medic Vince, if you're still here, what do you mean by material? I'm gonna give a heart to that. I don't know what you meant by material though. For those who don't know, I did say that when I hit 10,000, I'm gonna give away a printer. You said material on the post I posted. I don't know what printer I'm gonna give away yet. I haven't decided. Probably a Centauri Carbon. If it's a stateside winner. It'll probably be a Centauri Carbon. If it's somebody who wins it outside of the States, I'll have to figure something out. And by 10K, I might even have a sponsor to foot the bill on that and not be out of my own pocket. But I figure at 10,000 subs, it'll definitely be, you know, the channel will be doing a little bit better financially and I'll be able to afford that. Oh, material. Okay. Yeah. All the M's. Yeah. The molten material. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I saw that on my other post. I was like, I didn't know. But yes, M words, material, the molten material, the magnificent magneto and its molten material. You do YouTube, Facebook, and occasionally Twitch. Yeah, I have a Twitch channel with like 3,500 followers on there. I haven't really streamed much to Twitch lately, and a large portion of that is due to the large influx of people that came over to Twitch after I made the transition to Twitch. GTR, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're just having a nice hangout stream. I've got part printing on the Magneto right now with some ABS Plus from Central 3D Printing. They sent it over, so we're trying it out with kind of a default profile to see how it does, and then after that we'll tweak and tune. It's hot here in Arizona. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, since you're in Arizona, GTR Dad, have you checked out Strad Pizza? I'm just curious if you've been to Strad Pizza. Because it's in Arizona, right? Scottsdale, I believe, Arizona. I meant Arizona. Strad Pizza, you have not. Okay. I think it's in Scottsdale, if I remember right. Could be wrong. I don't exactly remember where it's at, but if you should ever happen to get a chance to try out some Strad Pizza, let me know if it's any good. Everybody's been saying it's actually really good, and not that I'm ever going to be over that way, but if I do, you know, I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, it is. Now you have to check it out. Yeah. If you get a chance, man, check it out. I know they always have the 6x6 parked out front. His Jeep Gladiator that he 6x6'd with the, I think it's got a elephant in it, if I remember right. But they got that usually parked out front of the place. I know he's got a house that he's been renting out there while he's been doing everything. So occasionally, if you go there at the right time, he may be in the area at the pizza shop. So maybe you get to see, you know, the Strad Man. And if any of you don't know who the Strad Man is, he's got like 4 million followers here on YouTube. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys know who he is. But he's a car YouTuber that started a pizza place in Arizona. But yeah, not that, like I said, not that I'll ever get out to Arizona, but if I ever do, I do plan, if I'm in that area, to stop and get me a piece of pizza. You didn't know you had a pizza joint? Yeah. You got GTR in your name. I figured you probably are a little bit into cars. It's just maybe a little bit. But yeah, he opened that place up beginning of the year, I think it was. A little bit. Or a little, LOL. Yeah, you know. But yeah, no, he'd be an interesting fella to meet. You know, but I'm also kind of weird. Like when I meet people that most people are like, oh my God, it's so and so. I'm just like, everybody shits, man. Everybody shits. You know, so I don't get all like gaga when I meet someone. It's like everybody shits, man. We're all people. We all shit. These people just do something that puts their face out there more. You know, so that's just me. Uh-oh. Printer paused. What happened? Printer failed. Why did printer fail? You guys see that? Printer failed. What happened? Let me load up my slicer and see why printer failed. Mag tool. Again, with the MCU mag tool. Damn it. All right, well, let's restart the firmware so it'll restart, and then let's move the Z down so that we can get it away from that hot end. Oh, that stupid mag tool error. It's done that. It hasn't done it in a while. It's been printing some decent parts, and I haven't had any issues, so let's try restarting the firmware. I do wonder if part of it is the heat. It is getting warm out here now, so I wonder if part of it is the heat, if that thing doesn't have really good heat. Let's reboot the host. Kind of sort of need to get that hot end moving away from all that stuff. Damn it. Well, it did not succeed. No real shock, though. Like I said, it's a first gen. They're riddled with all kinds of little issues. So, and like I said, if I paid for it, I'd be pissed. So, that being said, if I paid for this printer, I would be pretty pissed off that my $1,300 plus $250 for an enclosure is an issue. You know, you had a hot end clog, spent hours cleaning it out. Yeah. Playtime with slicer settings. Yep. Let's see. Camera's back, but it's still not connecting. So let's go turn off the power. Go to menu, go back, restart firmware, restart, continue. Huh. The amount of heat has caused this top panel, these two top panels, to warp a little bit. Let's let out the heat. Let's let out all that heat. It's already getting toasty warm, so why not make it warmer, right? Let's see. Is the hot end loose? No. The motors are still locked. And damn, is it toasty in there. Let's... Come on. There we go. There we go. Let's just move that manually out of the way. Wow, is it hot in this son bitch. Woo. Okay. Well, let's at least get the build plate out. Let's take a look. Print quality wasn't looking bad. Really wasn't. You can see where that layer kind of flaked off. We're going to let this cool off a little bit. See, this is the like diamond plate side. See that? Yeah, it's not connecting now, so go figure. I'm going to let it cool down in there. Maybe it's just too damn hot. Because like I said, it's hot in my office right now. I don't know what the temp is in here, but I can look at one of the other printers and see what the ambient temp is on one of the other printers. Let's look at the T1 real quick. 35C. Whatever 35C is, that's what it is in here, Fahrenheit. Okay. Hey, came off clean. LTX, if you're still here, came off clean, man. 77. So it's 77 degrees in here. It's almost 80 degrees. No AC. So, you know. Yeah, it came off clean. Did not have an issue coming off of the textured build plate. So that's good. Still giving that mag tool error, which is fine at the moment. Let me get back here to power this thing down real quick. Full-blown power off. I'm probably going to have to tape these panels after all, because the amount of heat that ABS was, like, just heating it up for ABS, and it was, whew. Panels are kind of flexing a little bit. Damn. All right. Well, LTX, like I said, I don't know if you're floating around, but it did come off pretty good. You can still see some of the carbon fiber PETG that was in there. And I didn't do my 5, 5, and 5. So that was you know, another thing, I was putting infill in the print. I normally don't on like stuff like that. And then of course this, there's where it was. Okay, there was a layer, bit of a layer issue here, because there should be some fingers that come down. So this part right here had a bit of a layer issue and it just broke. Because there should be this little ring right here on the inside should still be connected to this piece. So, yeah. Again, we just used a default profile, and I probably should have used the organic supports, not the regular supports, because I do personally like organic better. So we can get the printer to start cooperating again at some point. Then we'll play around with it. Right now, it's still not wanting to connect. So we may have a unhappy printer at the moment. Oh, wife and kiddos are home. They ran to go do some grocery shopping. They had to pick up some enough to make macaroni and cheese for like 60 people tomorrow, or not tomorrow, for Saturday. So we're making mac and cheese. That's our bring, mac and cheese. So tomorrow, yours truly will probably be making mac and cheese. And we're talking like boil up the noodles, throw in a bunch of cheese, the Velveeta, you know, brick cheese, melt it down, some milk, some butter, you know, not the crazy box cheese, but like a little more, not true homemade mac and cheese with like a cheese sauce, but you know, mac and cheese with, you know, the brick of Velveeta. Yes, but still, boil your noodles, add your Velveeta, add in some milk, some butter, a little salt and pepper if you want to. You want to go crazy, add a little cayenne pepper, give it a little, you know. But we won't put the cayenne pepper in there because we don't know who else eating it. And I'll just, if nothing else, bring a little bit of the old cayenne, Cajun, whichever an you want. I like a little zip in my macaroni. But that failed and the printer doesn't want to cooperate. Nope, mag tool again. All right. I wonder if those the controllers got a little too toasty. So I'm going to just shut it down for a little bit, let everything cool off, and we'll play around with it again in a little while. So shut it down, open the doors, and let it cool off. Since I said I think it got a little too toasty in there. And at 77 degrees, it get a little toasty in here. And you guys see me glistening? You guys see that I'm getting a little glistening? Uh-oh, there's my... Your shorts are wedged up your butt. Okay, come here.
All over all your stupid shit.
Come here, and I'll like off camera. I'll help you.
No, don't touch my shorts. Get your stupid soda.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me a beverage.
You're making fettuccine alfredo tonight.
I'm making fettuccine alfredo tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
You know why?
Because that's what you want, and that's what I'm gonna make.
Because I didn't get a scrubber to scrub the pan I need, and I don't want to fucking do it.
So I'm scrubbing the pan because you don't want to, and making fettuccine alfredo, and then tomorrow I'm making mac and cheese.
No, I'm going to my mom's at some point tomorrow, and we have to do like a fuck ton of potato salad and 4 pounds of noodles. I bought 4 pounds of noodles. Good job. And I'm over today.
Okay. Well,
seriously, like impeding my ability to walk.
I know I'm going to be taking a bunch of that stuff to MRRF with me. Well, I will go water Chewbacca here in a few. My daughter's only lived here like almost her entire life, and she's like, I forgot there was another door to this garage. If you guys like cherry, lemon, and raspberry, basically the bomb pop. You know, you guys know the bomb pop? That's kind of what they're going for here. See? See, bomb pops. All over the bottle. Bomb pops. So it's their summer freeze. So if you like bomb pops and you guys find this somewhere, pick it up. It's not bad. I like it, but I also like bomb pops. I guess some places they call them bomb pops. Some places they call them rocket pops. You know. But if you like those, the red, white, and blue pops, check it out. And again, I get no kickbacks from Mountain Dew for that. So Mountain Dew, if you want to sponsor me, send me free shit. I will be more than happy to keep talking about you. Do it anyway. Actually, I was kind of hoping that Roman Atwood would hook me up with some Kinetic. Get me a Kinetic fridge and some Kinetic. I think it'd be kind of cool because I like Kinetic. It was good. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I only got a 6-pack of the Kinetic when they first launched the variety pack, the 6-pack. I got one of those, but 5 cans of Kinetic for $35. That's $7 a can. I was like, ouch. We need more beer sponsors in 3D printing. GTR Dad, if I was a drinker, I would push for something like that. But I'm not a drinker, man. I had my phase when I was in my teens and 20s, and then I became a dad, and I just, you know, my nicotine is my vice. I smoked for many years. I had my day. You know, I had my days. It's been many, many years since I dabbled in the devil's lettuce. May have experimented with a few other things. Can say experimented because did not do again. But yeah, caffeine and nicotine, those are my vices these days. And realistically, like I said, speaking of like vices and shilling and all that stuff, here's another one for you. You know that Dubby, is it Doobie, whatever the hell it is, the you know, that powder that you add to water, that stuff. I have I'm set up with that too, but I never push it on anybody ever. There's like a link, I think, in my Linktree for it, but I've never like pushed anybody to get that stuff because I don't have it. I don't use it. I don't know. I signed up for it as a, if you're gonna do it, help me out, but I never really kind of pushed it, you know. After 40 makes you slow down on the old fun stuff. Yeah, this is pretty much this is what I've been doing for the last what the hell? Probably 6 or 7 years now. Six years I've been into the 3D printing game. So this is pretty much it, man. I kind of spend majority of my money here, or use this beautiful face. I need a haircut though. The wife is right. Look at this. It's getting bad. She says she doesn't like me in hats with long hair, but yet she likes my long hair, but my long hair gets in my face, so I throw it under a hat, and then she doesn't like this. The way it wisps out the rear. And so at some point I need to get a haircut too, but not gonna do that right now. My employer does this thing where every so many years they do a collective bargaining agreement. And when they do that, the committee for the collective bargaining agreement has the option to change what days we get paid on. When I first started with them, we got paid on the 2nd and the 16th of every month. And then the first year I was there, then the collective bargaining agreement went through and they changed it to the 1st and the 15th, which worked good for me. I liked the 1st and the 15th. Set up all of my stuff for the 1st and the 15th. Now the new collective bargaining agreement, they set it up for the 5th and the 20th. So everything that I set up with my payments to be on the 1st and the 15th of every month are now going to have to contact them and ask them to move my payments to the 5th and the 20th of every month. And because I work for a state facility, the budget, our fiscal year starts July 1st. So my check in July will be on the 3rd instead of the 5th, because the 4th is a holiday and the 5th is a Saturday. So they said they will pay on the 3rd. So apparently my first check will be on the 3rd, and then the next one will not come till the 20th. That is annoying. Why can't it just be, these are the dates, you get paid, that's it, we're not messing with it, we're not changing it, these are the days, plan accordingly? You know, why do you gotta every so many years change it? It's annoying. I like the 1st and the 15th. When I got paid on the 2nd and the 16th, I was confused by that. I was like, how about the 1st and the 15th? And then they did the 1st and the 15th, and I was like, hell yeah, 1st and 15th makes life easy to makes it easy to balance things. But what do I know? I'm just the idiot IT guy. I'm always the first one to blame and the last one to know. If you work in IT, you understand that. You're always the first one they blame, but the last one they tell about anything. That's IT, though. You had a job where you got paid once a month? Yeah, me too. YouTube. And actually, I'm not even getting paid this month. I did not make enough money for a payout this month on YouTube, but I also, the last 30 days or last month, I didn't stream as frequently as I had months prior. And this month now I'm starting to get back into streaming a little more frequently. So ad revenue and things like that are starting to kind of come back. So, you know, hopefully for July, there'll be a little payout in July. The only nice thing is YouTube pays out between the 21st and the 25th is when the YouTube payments pay out. So get paid on the 20th and then turn right around between the 21st and the 25th and get YouTube payout, whatever that'll be. So that'll be kind of nice. At least I'll know near the end of every month there'll be a little extra income if I stream more regularly and the ad revenue gets me to that threshold to pay out. You got your monthly retirement, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it is hard when you know you have to budget for an entire month instead of budget for 2 weeks, you know. Which filament wall shelves are you using in the background there? Those are actually some that I found from way back before like the rep rack and all that stuff existed. And it's just using 1/2-inch dowel rod. It's supposed to use, it was measured with like a metric thing. It was done in metric, so it was using conduit, like metric size dowel rod or rods. And I just use 1/2-inch, and it sits down in there. But it's an old file. I don't even know if I can find it anymore. It was on Thingiverse. I found it off Thingiverse many years ago. Let me take a look real quick here. Let's go to Thingiverse. Let's see, Thingiverse. Filament wall bracket. Or wall mount, maybe? Let's see what it comes up with. Let me see if I can find them. It's been a while since I had to look for them. I don't have the link anymore, I don't think. But yeah, no, they were just a simple bracket that I just stuck a 1/2-inch dowel rod into, and I printed a bunch of them off once. I was thinking about going with the rep rack and French cleats and all, you know. Using the rep rack stuff, it's nice. Yeah, I was thinking, like I said, I was thinking about switching over to the rep rack stuff and doing some French cleats. But these I just had and have used. I still have a bunch of them right up there, actually. I just print them and use them. And then as I need to add more, I just add more in. But here, I can show you what they look like since I have one right here. And by one, I mean several of them that have been on and off the wall for years. But there you go. You can just stick half-inch dowel rod or a half-inch dowel rod or whatever in there. And they just 3 screws right to the wall. You got 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. And then because I painted the MDF and then screwed that down, yeah, it does its thing. Has it up on Things, Printables, or Maker World. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the one that I've been using for years. And these are all printed in just PLA. And I think I printed them with like 40% infill. Just because, but I mean, you're talking, these things are probably, what, 4 years old? Probably printed them like 4 years ago on, let's see, based on that texture. I probably printed these on an Ender or even the ANET A8 Plus. Maybe. Probably the ANET A8 Plus, to be honest with you. So, you know, and yeah, they're not breaking. So PLA from that long ago, sitting open air and still pretty solid. And these are printed all in like printed solid Jesse material back in the day, because that was what I used a lot of back when I first got into 3D printing, was the printed solid Jesse. So this is probably the design white is my guess. I think this is design white. And then some of these are printed in like what were part of the monthly box. Here's gray. This is a what's the name of that company? Coex. No, not Coex. Wait, Coex? No, what was the other company up in Wisconsin? What is that? Not Coex. No, maybe it is Coex. Yeah. But this one in some gray. This is, I believe, the neon brown. Yes, fluorescent or neon brown. Hit it with a black light, it turns orange. Here is some of the black, the Soul Black glitter that Printed Solid had in their Jesse line. This is a Soul Black glitter. It's got a little bit of glittery flake in there. Same thing. See, I mean, these have all set out. This was a this was part of the box. It was one of the mystery colors that Dave threw in there. It was a green. I don't remember what the name of it was at the time. Mixtape something, I'm sure. It was a mixtape. Here's another design white, and here's another fluorescent brown or neon brown or whatever the color ended up being. But yeah. So here's a couple I've taken off the wall that I had at one point, because at one point I had filament basically all the way across this top wall over here and went from end to end, and there was 2 rows of it that went across. So yeah. And then over the years, my filament collections kind of died down, and now I need to take some of the older stuff and give it to David at MRRF for his filament exchange that he's going to have. So I'm just going to take some of that stuff back there and bring it with me. I have to, where are we at here? We're at 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I do thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I thank you guys for helping out. But it's already like 12 o'clock my time. And I know that if I don't wrap this up, I'll be out here all day, and then at some point Wifey Sauce will be very angry with me. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm going to go do husbandly things like dishes, because I'm off today. So go do that. Again, thank you to those who have sent some monies my way to assist me with my MRRF adventure. I'll probably stream again at some point. maybe tomorrow, since the only big plan tomorrow is take my daughter to get her driver's license. So probably stream again tomorrow just for shits and giggles, because why not, right? I get up early enough in the mornings, so why not? And then if I do, we can maybe tackle the magneto a little bit more. Plus, it's cooler in the mornings, and since I don't have AC out here right now, it'd be nice to stream when it's cooler. As it's now getting to noon and getting warmer, get my ass in the house where the air conditioner is. All right, Dale, thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. You guys all, again, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Have a wonderful day. Is anybody else streaming right now that maybe we can send you on over to? Let's take a look here. Let's scroll down before I wrap this thing up. Let's scroll down and see if there's anywhere we can kind of venture off to. It's under customization, I believe. Yeah, add a redirect. There we go. Let's see. NASA, TED Talks. Killer Prince. What's really holding you back? Killer Prince is currently going right now. Let's go over to Killa. Let's add him in. There we go. We'll save it. Killer Prince is live, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and when I wrap this, when I end this, it should automatically jump over to Killer Prince. He's working on the inertia cube. If you don't know who Killer Prince is, when you get there, show him some love. He's a good dude. Lives over on the West Coast. So he's one of them West Coast fellas. But yeah, you guys have fun. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of jail. Happy 3D printing and all those fun things. And don't forget, no printer's better than no printer. And on that note, I'm gonna hit the slide and wrap this thing up. Keep an eye on here. Ring the bell. All that. If I do stream later tonight or tomorrow, you'll know. Bye, guys.